And a good evening to you as we come to you live from Arkadelphia, Arkansas, as the Bauxite Miners get ready to square off against the Arkadelphia Badgers. I'm R.J. Hawk, along with Kyle Sutherland. Josh Neighbors is down on the sidelines for this 4A matchup between these two squads. And Kyle, when you look at both these two teams, they come in 2-2 on the year. Bauxite, they are the visitor in this one. And they are coming off of a wild game last week in which they won 78-72 over a Fountain Lake team that might go down as one of the highest scoring football games in high school history.
Oh, there's no question about it. I think it was over 50 points scored or 40-something in the third quarter, and that's what you got to wonder for Bauxite coming into this game. They were really banged up in the non-conference. They come out of the end of that game off of a bye week and got a lot of guys back. So you got to wonder how much juice they have left in the tank after something like that.
Well, and this is a Bauxite Miner team that they've got their quarterback back, but this is only his second game of the season. In Elijah Perry last week, only 7 of 10 passing for 97 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. But he's still trying to get the groove of getting back into high school football.
That's exactly it. He got hurt during the summer and like you said, sat out for the non-conference play, came back and didn't do much through the air, but they did most of their damage, did Bauxite on the ground last week. Had over 550 yards rushing. He had, I think, over 150 of that. So Eli, the sophomore, we got to see him some as a freshman last year and really just trying to continue to get his feet wet in the back half of the season.
And a guy that we will talk about early and often tonight is a guy by the name of Marcus Wimberly, an University of Oklahoma recruit, and this is a kid that can just about do everything. I mean, whether he's the backup quarterback, he runs the ball, he catches the ball, he plays safety. I mean, he is a do-everything for this minor team.
Definitely a natural safety. That's what he'll play at the next level, but he had to play quarterback when Eli Perry was out. And while he is a suitable quarterback, he is better suited in the backfield, coming out of the backfield, and, of course, catching passes on offense. So they have him in his natural spots offensively again.
Now one thing about these two teams, they do both put up a lot of points, right? But they also give up a lot of points. And for Bauxite, they're averaging 40.5 points per game, but they're giving up 38, and that defense is really going to have to lock down tonight.
I think with Bauxite, it was more so due, not to make any excuses, but a lot due to their injuries. And then also on the Arkadelphia side, they came out of non-conference play 1-2, but you think about it, they played 6A Lake Hamilton, and plus they played 2 other 5A schools. So that's not unbelievably shocking, but I think that really tonight you could really see that Arkadelphia defense and this team as a whole really pay dividends from that tough non-con schedule.
And you know, when we're speaking of Bauxite and those injuries, they've got 4 guys right now still injured, including their starting center.
That's right, and also Tony Fox, who is one that's been a big-time contributor for Bauxite in most of the skill player positions. So you got one on the offensive line plus another key skill position player. So they're more healthy than they were maybe a couple of weeks ago, but still have some to replace.
So for Bauxite tonight, their road so far this year, they started the season with Glen Rose, won that game 42-0. Then they played Monticello and lost 41-20. Magnolia was their third opponent. They won that game 38-22. And then last week, of course, it was they lost to Magnolia. And then last week against Fountain Lake, they won 78-72 in that contest. So ought to be a lot of fun to see what they bring to the table tonight here in Arkadelphia. We are about 10.5 minutes away from the opening kickoff between Bauxite and Arkadelphia. When we come back, we will talk about those Arkadelphia Badgers as you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
When a patient rings the bell after completing cancer treatment, we celebrate one more step toward healing. And with the new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Center, we celebrate the trusted choice in cancer care. The 2 greatest healthcare forces in Arkansas have come together to deliver second-to-none treatments with the latest technology, all in celebration of you. Learn more at baptist-healthcancercenter.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Today comes only once. It is a day of opportunity. What is done with this day will play a big part in determining the future. I am Renata Jenkins Bowler with Roller Funeral Homes. That is a pretty bold statement, but a true one nevertheless, because every day is filled with opportunities taken or missed. At Roller Funeral Homes, we look at each day as an opportunity to prove ourselves worthy of the trust that you have put in us for so many years. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Queen Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
Back here in Arkadelphia, today's game being brought to you by Birch Street Communities. If you've got a client, friend, or a loved one diagnosed with schizophrenia or a bipolar disorder, please contact their admissions department today by going to birchtree.org for more information. Kyle Sutherland, RJ Hawk with Josh Neighbors down on the sidelines, and it's time to talk about those Arkadelphia Badgers who come in 2-2 on the season. And this is a team, Kyle, that is they're scoring 38.5 a game. They're giving up 29, and I think they're just now starting to get in their groove a little bit.
Absolutely. Sophomore quarterback Bryson McCoy, this is their third quarterback in as many years after Donovan Witten graduated after a phenomenal career, and McCoy has just gotten better. The stats do tell a lot of the story of his early career, just especially in these last two games. You've seen how much better he's done, and then last week he was, 24 of 37, something like that, and had 4 touchdown passes. So really just as the season has gone along, he's continued to really grasp this offense.
Yeah, and really, you talk about the sophomores. There's a lot of sophomores on this team. You think about Caden Whitaker, who's a running back for this team. Of course, everything runs through Kyle Reed at the running back position.
Absolutely. Kyle Reed's been mainly a 3-year starter, definitely a heavy 3-year contributor. Got a lot of carries as a sophomore. And right now, you look at his yards per carry, he's just under 3. And, again, that goes back to these teams playing such great defenses. So I think that a lot of these players are really going to have some big nights tonight against these Bauxite Miners, just because, again, this is what they prepared for this conference play.
And at the receiving core, Braden Wagner, 15 receptions, 226 yards on the season, and 5 touchdowns. He is a big target for this quarterback staff and really for this team.
He is, and it's a little bit surprising, not that he didn't have any hype coming in, but, Jay Purifoy, who's their second leading receiver, he was kind of the dude coming in, and right now he's got 1 touchdown to Wagner's 5. So great to have 2 targets out there on each side that you can really depend on.
Well, the road for Arkadelphia to get to this game, it was Camden Fairview, in which they lost that game 40-25 in their opener. Then they played Hot Springs and beat Hot Springs 52-14. Kind of shocked a lot of people that Arkadelphia beat a good Hot Springs team.
I think that's probably where people were like, because that was one thing that Coach Shucker had talked about coming in. They knew that they had one of the better, if not the best defenses in Class 4A, definitely going to be tested against that schedule. And then when they did what they did to Hot Springs, that's when most probably understood, okay, this year's version of the Arkadelphia Badgers can be a really good football team.
And then their third contest was against Lake Hamilton. They lost that game 49-35. And then last week they beat Nashville 42-12. So it'll be an interesting matchup. We're either going to see a lot of points in this game between these two teams, or you may have a lopsided game either way. I mean, I think just the way that both teams are scoring, I think we could have an exciting game tonight.
Yeah, and there's no question. I mean, you listen to just the show earlier, you listen to radio, you listen to people across the state, and I think that most people probably think that, yes, this is Arkadelphia's game to lose or to win. They know that they're probably the favorite in most cases here. But then you think about this Bauxite team that they just really needed to get healthy again. And you also look at the 4A7 conference standings. You got Malvern and 4-0 at the top, and then Bauxite and Arkadelphia each 1-0 in conference, then 2-2 overall. So the winner of this one likely ends up playing Malvern for the 4A7 title.
Let's go down and check in with the third member of our broadcast team. He's back from vacation. His name is Josh Neighbors. Josh, welcome to Arkadelphia.
Hey, thanks, RJ. It's good to be here, guys. It was weird. So I was towards the, not sure which direction it is, but towards the end zone where Arkadelphia comes out of. It's a little bit hotter on that far end of the turf. I stepped onto the main playing surface. Feels great. And check the weather. It was high 80s today. Now it's 80 degrees, it says, but it feels cooler than that. Should be in the 70s during the game, so no concerns there. It's not that humid at this point either. A little bit of humidity, but nothing too bad to speak of. And can I clarify something? Today, on Morning Mayhem, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday, I said that, I complained a bit that I had to go to Arkadelphia. It's not the town of Arkadelphia that upsets me. So I've had a lot of people here come up to me and say, welcome to Arkadelphia, heard what you say. It's nothing to do with your town, all right? It's the distance being traveled. But it's always a pleasure to be with you guys, no matter how far the distance that RJ makes me go.
Look, and here's the thing, Josh. I mean, we're going to go to the best game in town, in the state. And as we do, we went to Greenwood last year. Josh loved that trip. Got to see the entire state. And
my favorite coach.
And your favorite coach. And so, look, by the time you're tenure in Arkansas, unless you just become a lifelong resident, I'm going to make sure that you see all four corners of the state on Friday night.
You're going to do that for me?
Yeah, I'm going to do that for you every Friday night.
I love you guys.
Thank you, Josh. We'll check in with you throughout the evening as we are about 3 minutes away from the opening kickoff. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we will have the opening kick between Arkadelphia and Bauxite as you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Bunch Radio Network.
Interested in a rewarding career in behavioral health? Birch Tree Communities has entry-level career opportunities for behavioral health providers, starting at $18 an hour, with additional pay for education and experience. All the training and certification you need to succeed will be provided. Find more information and apply at birchtree.org, birchtree.org. Join the Birch Tree Communities team today. Apply online at birchtree.org.
Looking for a restaurant that supports other Arkansas-owned businesses? Highway 270 Grill in Poen serves Petit Jean bacon, ham, and sausage, delicious fried pickles from Arkansas-owned Flywheel Pies, and all their smoked meat is smoked on location using Arkansas-owned Woody's Barbecue Rub. Also, try their hand-cut ribeyes, prime rib, and double-dip pork chops. With the new renovation, Highway 270 Grill now seats over 85 people, so this is your location for the entire family. Family-owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers.
You want to stay at home and take college classes? Visit Arkansas State University 3 Rivers at asutr.edu and enroll in online classes toward a certificate or degree. So keep your PJs on and go to asutr.edu. Scholarships available for ACT 19 and higher.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers, 3 Rivers.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
The fine art of armchair quarterbacking.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
Back here in Arkadelphia, we are set and ready to go for high school football in the state. Today's game being brought to you by Arkansas State University 3 Rivers, where you can earn a degree or a certificate at ASU 3 Rivers in Malvern and make your dream a reality. Apply online at asutr.edu. And Bauxite has elected to defer the football, and so Arkadelphia will get the ball first to start this ball game. Quickly, Kyle, some keys to the game.
Both of these teams take a lot of pride in defense. We mentioned a second ago that they've given up a lot of points for whatever the reasons may be. That's where they first got to start. But really, you think about there's been a lot of points scored as well, particularly Bauxite last week. I think that you obviously got to get going there, but I really think that these running games are going to be the difference. So back to old school football, running and defense.
And it's an onside kick to start this one, and it's taken by Arkadelphia at the 45-yard line. A little interesting, Kyle, is Bauxite's got the Guardian caps on, which you see a lot of times in practice. It's the soft mesh that goes over the top of the helmet. Everybody on the Bauxite team is wearing the Guardian cap.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this in an actual game this year. I've saw some in the scrimmage games that we had in the benefit games back in mid-August, but this is the first time that I have seen this personally in high school football.
By the way, game time temperature 80 degrees with a low of tonight of 61. It's going to be great conditions for high school football here in the state. Well, Arkadelphia's got it from the 45-yard line as we're underway here in the first quarter. Bryson McCoy is the quarterback. He'll stand the shotgun. He'll have 3 receivers set to the left side and a running back, that's Reed to his left. He's going to throw early and often as he gets it out to a man. That's Finley. Finley's got a blocker out in front, goes right side, takes it all the way down to the Bauxite 30-yard line. It was just a quick pass play, a 5-yard out, and he took it across the field and got a big pass play.
Just came inside really quick. That's only his 7th reception of the year and by far his longest one.
So it's 1st and 10 as they're going to spot the ball down at the 29-yard line in Bauxite territory. As McCoy will take the shotgun snap, has a man right side, that's Wagner, and Wagner gets around one man, is going to step out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 16.
One of the top 2 targets from this year that we talked about. Wagner leads the team in touchdowns with 5.
So it's a 1st down and 10 with the ball sitting at the 16-yard line. McCoy's in the shotgun, going to fake the handoff, goes with a slant inside. That's to Finley. Finley makes a cut back in, and he'll take it down to the 3-yard line.
Going right back at it to what McCoy did. I mean, he had a player of the week type performance last week, so why not keep throwing the football? It's working out.
So it's 1st and goal now from the 3-yard line. 11:25 to play first quarter. They're going to hand it off to Reed. Reed straight ahead, and he's going to dive into the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Nothing special about that one, just straight muscle, got good blocking up there, and then just fell into the end zone.
So 45 seconds into the first quarter, and Arkadelphia is on the board, 6-0. And on to kick is going to be Seth Molinari. Snap is back, the kick is away, and it is good. And with 11:06 to play left here in the first quarter, Arkadelphia, they strike first and lead it 7-0. Now, Kyle, I will say that if that's the tone of tonight's game where we score in 45 seconds, we may see a lot of scoring tonight.
Absolutely, right there. And you would think that Bauxite's going to come out, especially with what they got their quarterback back. Now, they did run the football mostly last week, so they could probably slow. They're going to come out, I would think, with a much slower tempo, but we could be in for another shootout.
So, quickly, we're going to go down to Josh. Josh, that might be the quickest score of the year so far.
Yeah, that was, I mean, besides like returning a kickoff for a touchdown, it's probably the fastest one we're going to see. It was pretty simple, right? They're trying to make Bauxite tackle in space. Well, number one, cover, and also make them tackle in space. And they did not do that very well on that first drive. And, you know, you see Wimberly is obviously their best player overall at the back end. I mean, not really a whole lot of chance for him to get involved in those plays where they were throwing the football. So, good job staying away from a playmaker, and also pretty simple drive there for Arkadelphia. Was it 5 plays? 4?
4 plays.
4 plays.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Tonight's game being brought to you by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. They're powering Friday night lights all across the state, and we want to thank them for being a sponsor of the high school game of the week. So Molinari is going to come on to kick for Arkadelphia as they'll tee it up from the 40-yard line. He'll put a foot into it, and it will be taken down at the 13 and brought up for Bauxite. Working it up left side for the Miners is Reed. That's not Reed. That's a different player in the lineup for Bauxite. That is actually Caden Metzger who brought it up, and he'll take it all the way out to just shy of the 40-yard line to around the 38.
Yeah, great starting point there for Bauxite to hopefully, in their case, have a quick drive of their own.
So Eli Perry's the quarterback for the Miners as he'll be in the shotgun. He'll have Marcus Wimberly lined up to his left, and he'll give it to Wimberly to start things. No, he'll keep it himself as he'll work it straight up the middle. Hard run that time by Eli Perry as he was able to take it down to the 49-yard line. Good run by Eli Perry that time.
You'll see a good bit of the read option right there. He's just a very tough runner. Of course, his dad, the head coach, Caleb Perry, a former offensive lineman for the Razorbacks. So he's got that grit, that attitude. He loves to run the football.
Clock rolls, 10:45 left here in the first quarter as Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 7-0. The Miners have it at the 49-yard line, ball on the far hash. As there's 3 wide receivers set to the near side of the formation, 1 to the left. Perry will be in the shotgun. And he'll take the shotgun snap, going to keep it himself once again. He'll pick up the first down as he gets into Arkadelphia territory. and he'll take it out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Also, this type of offense works, too, when you have the design quarterback runs, and especially just what Bauxite likes to do, and you're missing a guy like Tony Fox that was such a key contributor at wide receiver.
I take that back. They got the first down in the last spot, so it's actually second down after a 3-yard gain. They didn't have the change reset. Now Perry's going to look to throw. Goes across the middle, has Wimberly, and Wimberly's going to pick up a first down as he takes it deep into Arkadelphia territory, down to the 35-yard line.
Not that he can't, but you're probably not going to see Perry go deep a whole lot right there. Just a simple, of course, Wimberly came on a quick in and really just caught it after about 5 yards and then did the rest for the first down.
Clock rolling, 10:06 left here in the first quarter. Arkadelphia leads it 7-0 over Bauxite. It's 1st and 10 as the ball's at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers set to the near side, wing back off the left side as they're going to hand it off this to Metzger, and Metzger has nowhere to go. He got bottled up in the backfield, and that's going to be about a 3-yard loss to bring up second down.
Bauxite tried a little of a pin and pull on that play, and Arkadelphia was all over it, and actually first guardian cap of the night came loose.
I'm going to tell you right now, you don't hear very often pin and pull on the broadcast, but I like it. So it's going to bring up a second down and officially 12 yards with the ball at the 37-yard line. Bauxite is going to have 4 receivers to the right side of the formation. Perry will be all alone in the backfield with a receiver set to the left side. Now that receiver is going to come in motion, and they're going to go with an end around and put it into the hands of his wide receiver, and running with the football that time for Bauxite, it was Perry, or excuse me, no, it was Witherington who was able to. I will say it's going to be tough tonight because the numbers on Bauxite's uniforms blend in. They've got white uniforms with gold numbers, and they're really hard to see. So that was actually Witherington who took the run, but he actually lost yardage, and so it's going to be a loss of 2 to bring up now a 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, I'll say after this.
Back in the shotgun goes Perry. They're going to hand it off. He'll bring it right side. That time it's Wimberly, and Wimberly will take it inside the 35, and he'll be down at the 32-yard line, well short of the first down, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 7 now for Bauxite.
I was going to add that I kind of have to squint myself because Witherington's 16, meanwhile Perry's 15, so it kind of threw me off on that last one.
So it's 4th down and call it 7 yards. Bauxite's going to go for it. Perry in the shotgun. Going to fake the handoff. Going to look to throw. He's under pressure, and he'll be taken down the backfield.
No chance on that one. This pass rush was just relentless. It looked like they kept Caden Metzger in there as a blocker just to have somebody extra in there, but the right tackle got beat. Metzger just wasn't able to hold it up, and that caused some chaos in the backfield.
They're going to spot him down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a turnover on downs, and so Arkadelphia will have the football with 7:56 left here in the first quarter. Glad to have you along wherever you may be across the state of Arkansas tonight. Don't forget, if you have to get out of your car, you can go on the 103.7 The Buzz app or go on social media, Buzz, X, Twitch, and YouTube, and you can also listen to the game and watch the game. Now here comes McCoy with the football, looking to throw, rolls right, has a man at the 45. He'll cut it up inside, taking it into Bauxite territory, down to the 49-yard line. With the football that time, it was Orion Roberts, who is going to be marked down right at the 50. But either way, it's a first down for Arkadelphia.
It was a great job by Kyle Reed, the running back. He helped right tackle there, Derek Turner, keep the defensive end sealed off.
McCoy in the shotgun, takes the snap, goes with another pass, has a man right side, and he'll take it all the way down to the 31-yard line. That time it was Braden Wagner who was able to get the reception and take it deep into Bauxite territory.
RJ, I think that Bauxite, they're just trying a little bit too hard to not let anything get behind them on this one because Arkadelphia's just been able to do anything they want to.
4 receivers in the formation, 2 to each side. It's a first down and 10 for Arkadelphia with the ball at the 31-yard line. 7:19 left to play here in the first quarter as Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 7-0. McCoy in the shotgun, going to look to throw. Goes left side, almost intercepted As that time for Bauxite, it was Ryan Hoskins who got his hands on it and went in and out of his hands, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for Arkadelphia. And you know one thing, Kyle, Arkadelphia is yet to run the football except for the 1-yard touchdown run to get their first score.
And I completely understand why, because really other than that play, it's been mostly soft coverage.
3 receivers to the left side. Now they're going to fake the handoff. No, they do give it to him, and he's hit immediate. No, I take that back. McCoy kept it, and he took a big hit and lost major yardage that time. It's going to be a 5-yard loss to bring up a 3rd down and 15.
And the left tackle it looked like he was going up to get the linebacker, and then the linemen were coming across on the counter tray and just didn't work out. The defensive line got in the backfield.
3 receivers set to the left side. McCoy in the shotgun, going to look to throw again. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket. Now going to look to run with it. Goes right side. Under pressure, he's going to just throw it out of bounds as he just pitched it forward as he stepped out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's going to be well shy of the first down. I don't really understand why he pitched it forward when he was going out of bounds.
Yeah, that might have just been a knee-jerk reaction. Just wasn't exactly sure what he was trying to do with it.
So it's a 4th down now for Arkadelphia. They're going to go for it with 4 wide to the left side. McCoy's all alone in the backfield. Down to 6:32 left here in the first quarter. Ball at the 26-yard line. McCoy looking to throw. Going right side, overthrows his intended target, but he was covered, trying to hook up with Roberts again, and it's a turnover on downs as Bauxite's defense was able to hold that time.
Well, definitely the first small victory of the night for Bauxite, and really anytime you get a stop after what happened last week, I can imagine that's what defensive coordinator Tommy Wimberly probably preached all week is just, we got to more so bend. We just can't break like we did so many times last week against Fountain Lake.
By the way, I was wrong. Josh, that ball got poked out a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, poked out from behind. So
gotcha.
It had the appearance of a forward pass from your all's vantage point because you all are behind him in the opposite side of the field. So, yeah, it was a fumble out of bounds. But, hey, good stuff from Bauxite.
Thank you, sir. 6:27 to play first quarter, 7-0. Bauxite's got the football as Eli Perry's going to be in the shotgun. Man will come in motion. That's Wimberly from right to left. They'll swing to the flats, and they tried to hook up with Wimberly, but there were 3 Arkadelphia Badgers right there to blow that play up, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, too far in front of him. Was just trying to hit him out there in the flats, and I think maybe Perry just thought that Wimberly was going to get there a little bit quicker.
So it's 2nd down and 10. 6:24 with the clock stopped here in the first quarter. Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 7-0. The Miners going to have 2 receivers set to the right side. Wingback set off the left side of the formation. Perry will be in the shotgun. Going to hand it off straight ahead. That time it's Metzger. And Metzger gets it past the 25 out to the 26-yard line.
I think that's really about the first time, other than maybe a designed quarterback run. Of course, that's what Bauxite has done, is mostly run the football, but it's been outside. Now they went in between the tackles.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 9 with the clock rolling down to 6 minutes left in the first quarter. 2 receivers set to the right side of the formation. Perry's going to get the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Now rolls it back on the screen to the left side. That was to Wimberly. It goes nowhere. He loses 3 yards on the play and brings up 4th down.
I can't see who that was that made the play, but just a heads up. Came down from, it looks like maybe the linebacker spot. Maybe that might have been Maddox. No, it wasn't Maddox Finley. Can't tell who it was, but that was a great play. I cannot see the number from here.
So Braden Wagner is going to be back deep for Arkadelphia as he'll stand at the 38-yard line. Chad Profit is going to be on to punt, but the ball gets away from him. He's going to have to try to do something with it. He throws it, and it goes nowhere, and it's a turnover on downs for Arkadelphia. They're going to have great field position as the ball is going to be it's going to be at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to think about, too, with Bauxite, not only did you have that missed opportunity on offense, but special teams blunder. Cannot make those mistakes against an Arkadelphia team like this.
So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Arkadelphia. As they've got the ball at the 24-yard line in Bauxite territory. 3 receivers left to the left side as McCoy's going to look to throw. He'll swing it out in the flats as he gets it out to Reed. Reed's going to run with it inside the 15, down to the 10, and gets inside the 10 down to around the 7-yard line.
That's a play that you'll see a good bit as far as running them out of the backfield. That was only Reed's 7th reception of the year, but very effective, not only just running it, but he can catch passes as well.
So it's a 1st and goal now for Arkadelphia as they're going to be spotted down at the 7-yard line. Stops the clock at 4 minutes and 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. McCoy takes the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Goes across the middle of the field. It's in and out of the hands of his intended target. That time trying to hook up with Finley. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal now for Arkadelphia.
Since they're on the short side of the field, they actually had Reed go basically the same type of route in the flat on that play as well. And it looked like that McCoy wanted to go there.
So 2nd down and goal. Kyle Reed will line up to the left of McCoy. They're going to hand it to him straight ahead. Reed, he's going to spin forward, and he'll be down at the 1-yard line. So a 6-yard pickup for Kyle Reed. And now Arkadelphia will have a 3rd down and goal from the 1, and it looks like there's an injured man down at the 1. I believe that's a Bauxite player that is down on the field.
Looks like cramps. Hopefully that's all it is.
4:33 left here in the first quarter. Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 7-0. R.J. Hawk, Kyle Sutherland, Josh Neighbors down on the field, and we'll go to Josh right now. And Josh, Bauxite got that hold, but because of a special teams mistake, just was really all for naught.
Yeah, that was pretty good on them on defense last time. I mean, honestly, guys, Arkadelphia doesn't really need to throw the ball down the field at all because Kyle mentioned it. Like, the corners are playing 6-7 yards back. So they're making a concerted effort not to let anything get over the top. They've accomplished that, but, I mean, they're taking a lot of these passes that are 1 to 2 yards around the line of scrimmage, and they're taking them for 15, 20 yards a pop. So they might have to start pressing a little bit more on the outside.
So it's a 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line for the Badgers. They're going to give it back to Reed. Reed cuts it back left side, and he'll dive for the end zone touchdown. 13-0. Arkadelphia out to a lead with 4:29 to play left here in the first quarter. I tell you, Kyle, it kind of throws you off. They've got the new fancy lights here at the stadium where they turn them out and everything goes blue and red here in Arkadelphia.
The only thing I can think of comparable to, of course, they do this at Greenwood, and I think they do this at Little Rock Christian. That's the only other places that I've seen it, so very unique. But how about this Kyle Reed? He's got more touchdowns tonight than he had coming into all year.
Molinari's extra point is up and good. It's 14-0. Let's take a break as you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
We understand that in times of loss, every detail matters. Hello, I'm Renata Jenkins-Fowler with Roller Funeral Homes. It is a privilege to be chosen as the best funeral homes in Arkansas year after year for 24 consecutive years because it signifies the faith and confidence placed in us by those we serve. We are continuously seeking to elevate our standards of excellence. Thank you for your trust. Roller Funeral Homes, where compassion meets excellence with all our respect.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Back here in Arkadelphia, where the Badgers, they lead it 14-0 over Bauxite. Don't forget today's game being brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes. They've been voted best of the best for 25 consecutive years in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette readership poll, as generations of families have recognized the Roller difference, and they will receive all the respect. It's Roller Funeral Homes. Here's the kickoff, as it will be taken by Metzger, and he'll be taken down at the 14-yard line. And that's where Bauxite will have it 1st and 10 from the 14 with 4:20 left here in the first quarter.
Much longer distance than last time. What was it? I think the 38-yard line that they started from on their first drive, and things didn't work out. They had the mishandled punt, so got a much longer way to go here to get their first points on the board.
So Bauxite's going to come out with 3 wide to the near side, 2 to the left, as Eli Perry's going to be alone in the backfield. He'll stand at the 10-yard line. He'll look to throw, steps up in the pocket. Now going to go downfield. It's in and out of the hands of his intended target, trying to hook up with Witherington, and so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Got a Midtown Plumbing penalty on the 14.
The officials are over at the 15-yard line talking this one over.
I'm going to guess holding where it was thrown.
But do you have to talk this long for a holding, though? I mean, they're going through the book. And so the head official is going to come over, and he will signal. I couldn't quite see what he was signaling. Josh, what was he signaling?
It's a great question. I'm in the middle of a...
It's a loss of down, whatever it was.
Was it intentional grounding?
Well, that wasn't the motion that I'm going to be straight up honest. I'm not familiar with the motion that he just gave. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys.
I'm going to have to Google that one because I haven't seen them. Either way, it's a loss of down.
Available.
It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's a loss of down. As Eli Perry's under pressure in the backfield, he'll be taken down at the 1.
I think that's big. I'm still having trouble. I got to get my binoculars.
It's impossible to see, guys. I mean, these numbers, RJ said goal. I mean, they're more like gray, kind of like the uniform is.
Yeah, I believe that was Big Nakeeson Wimberly. No relation to Marcus, of course, but one of the better defensive linemen in Class 4A.
So it's a 3rd down. They're going to spot him down at the 2. So it's a 3rd down and 22. As Perry's going to look to throw. Sets up a middle screen. There's nobody there as he's trying to hook up with Wetherington. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Pretty much your only option there is to run it, maybe give your punter a little bit more breathing room, or do what they did right there and try to create something on a screen or some sort of short passing play. And Arkadelphia was ready for anything and everything.
You guys notice how long they're taking a Bauxite? They're trying to milk the clock as best they can because they do not need a high possession game. I mean, they cannot get anything going on offense.
Yeah, and they know, of course, especially from last week, that was over 600 yards and 550 of them were rushing, that their momentum is, if they're going to get it, it's going to be on the ground.
Punter is standing in the back of the end zone as he'll get a punt away, but it'll be taken at the 35-yard line, being brought up by Wagner. Wagner is going to be bottled up and taken down at the 31. So, Josh and Kyle, I have Googled referee hand signals, and I do not see that one on the play chart here.
What was the motion that he made?
He had 2 hands behind his back.
Yeah, he was like waving his hands behind his back.
So that one's, I thought the one behind your back is, what, illegal forward? Is that illegal forward pass?
Where's Mike Pereira when you need him?
It's okay. There is one that is waving hand behind back, and it says objectable conduct. As here is a pass that goes left side. That is into the hands of his wide receiver, Finley, and Finley's going to take it down to the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards in the play for a 1st down. But I don't think that was objectable conduct because it's not a 5-yard. That's not a 5-yard penalty. I don't know. I was just very curious.
I genuinely am too.
Here is a handoff.
Guys, it was in fact an illegal forward pass.
It was, as there was a handoff straight ahead.
So I've gotten confirmation on that.
And he'll take it inside the 15 down to the 14. So illegal forward pass. It just may have not been a proper signal. Either way, there's 2:52 left here in the first quarter. 14-0, Badgers lead it. They're working quickly. McCoy going to look to throw. Goes to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. Wow. As that time he was able to hook up with Maddox Finley. And that extends the lead to 20-0.
That was a great throw by McCoy and some traffic, but what a catch, man. There wasn't really, even though there was some traffic, there wasn't really anything contested, but great throw and catch both there. And now Arkadelphia in complete control.
That is Maddox Finley's first touchdown catch of the season. And it extends the lead to 20-0 as Molinari is going to be on for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is away, and it is good. And with 2:33 left here in the first quarter, Arkadelphia, they lead Bauxite by a score of 21-0. I want to remind you that today's game being brought to you by the Highway 270 Grill in Poen. And there's something for the entire family at the Highway 270 Grill. If you want to have some good Southern home cooking, just go down to the Highway 270 Grill in Poen. Kyle Sutherland, Josh Neighbors, I'm RJ Hawk, as we've got 2:33 left here in the first quarter. Arkadelphia leads 21-0.
It's my goal to eat at Highway 270 Grill before 2025. I'm going to eat there, but hopefully before
Here's the
2025.
deal. I've already said I would be willing to drive you and Josh down to Poen.
Guys.
And we are going to go eat at the Highway 270. Look, Josh does the commercials on the buzz.
If the game takes us that way.
No. You know what? Here's the thing. We're going to Glen Rose next week.
Oh!
And Glen Rose is just right down the road.
Not terrible, yeah.
All right, so when you say just down the road.
I mean, 15 minutes.
Well, Josh, you're
20
from
minutes.
Virginia, so you know that when you say just down the road, that can be a little bit more than 5 or 10 minutes.
My grandfather would say it'd be an hour.
Well, it's in the same navigational direction as Poen, kind of.
You're really selling it well. You're really selling it well.
Here's the kick by Molinari, and we've got whistles and Midtown Plumbing penalty flags as somebody was offsides on the kickoff. So
one point on that last drive, guys.
Yeah.
So you said it was in some traffic.
Mm-hmm.
There are some business decisions being made in the back end of Bauxite's defense, if you all catch my drift.
Yeah.
Not the most physical secondary I've seen. Maybe it's remnants of what happened to him last week, but not what you want to see in the first quarter.
So that's going to back him up after the penalty. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Kate Moore, who's listening to the broadcast night, and she even says, Josh, you got to come down and try the grill out. It's awesome.
I believe her.
See? I mean, here's the thing. It is going to be my mission for the rest of this year to get Josh down to Poen to eat at the Highway 270 Grill.
Josh, have you ever been to Poen before?
No.
Okay.
Don't talk down to the Poen, folks.
No, I just didn't know if you've ever been there.
You saying Kyle or me?
No, you. He was like, no.
No,
I'm only kidding. No, we'll get him down there for sure. Here's the kickoff by Molinari as it'll go down to the 5 and into the end zone for a touchback. And so Bauxite will get it from the 20-yard line, trailing 21-0 with 2:28 to play left here in the first quarter. Well, Bauxite right now, Kyle, I mean, they've got to find some type of offensive identity because they've tried to throw it. And you can clearly see Arkadelphia is keying on Wimberley as they should. They've just got to find something to get a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, no doubt that the running game, as we mentioned, has been their MO, and I think that's probably maybe part of it is some fatigue from last week, but also just the fact that they are one-dimensional, and Arkadelphia knows that.
So here's Eli Perry. Going to give it to Wimberley on a jet sweep around, and he'll pick up about a yard on the play to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Because these jet sweeps and the read option, really other than that one of those first couple of plays where they gained some yardage, Arkadelphia's just known everything that's coming at them since then.
They did give him 2, so it's 2nd down and 8. But, yeah, I mean, it's just getting anything off that line of scrimmage right now has been really tough for Bauxite. Wimberley's going to wind up as the wing back off the right side as they're going to hand it to Metzger. Metzger's going to take it ahead. He'll bounce off a couple Badgers. Takes it past the 25 out to the 27-yard line. And it'll be a good pickup, but he's still going to be roughly 3 yards shy to bring up 3rd down.
Like Josh said, they're going to try to take as much time off that clock as they can. Of course, the more and more you get down, the more and more difficult that becomes to be able to have that luxury. But definitely points are a must. A touchdown is a must on this drive.
So 3rd down and 3. Wimberley in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Perry keeps it himself straight ahead. He picks up the 1st down as he gets it out past the 30-yard line, and he'll be taken down at the 32.
Something else, RJ. You know, they like we were talking about in the pregame. Arkadelphia, they came into the year as some had them as the 4A favorite, and still many have them as one of the favorites. But that schedule that they played, it's very misleading, and so I think that we're really seeing probably the best version of the Arkadelphia, particularly on defense, and offense has played really well too.
First down and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Perry's going to keep it himself straight ahead and has nowhere to go as he's actually going to lose a yard on the play. By the way, just got an update. Lakeside right now leads Magnolia 7-0.
That's an under-the-radar game. Adam Kirby's done a really good job at Magnolia. You know, they had a tough year last year, and they've got some young talent on that team. One of them actually has a Razorback offer. That 5A South, man, it is deep again.
Down to 26 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 21-0. Arkadelphia leads Bauxite. And Bauxite lost a yard on the play to bring up second down. 4 wide in the formation, actually 5 wide in the formation. Perry takes the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Deep pass down the right side, trying to hook up that time with Wimberly. And it's incomplete as he overthrew his intended target to bring up a third down and 11.
That's the first time you've really seen Bauxite try to go over the top, and if they're going to do it, why not go to Marcus Wimberly, who has been clocked at a 4.340. Got all kinds of offers. Was initially committed to Arkansas. He's gotten Michigan before ultimately going with the Sooners.
So it's third down now for Bauxite. They'll go with 5 wide in the formation, 2 to the far side. As Perry's going to roll to his right, look to throw, has a man, and that time hooked up with Witherington, but it's well shy of the first down, or is it? No, they're going to put him right at the first down marker, and there's going to be a first down for Bauxite.
Good job here. Witherington is another one of those young players on this team that contributed a good bit as a sophomore. Battled injuries.
Well, that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So as we end one, Arkadelphia, they lead at 21-0 over Bauxite. You're listening to High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Entergy works for the moments you live for. The joy. The heart.
Here's your boy.
The wonder.
And if we do this, our robot should.
At Entergy, we're dedicated to powering each moment, today and for future generations. We're leading the way with a cleaner, more reliable grid to power every day. Because these moments matter.
Your graduating class.
We power life. Entergy.
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock. And they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
We start the second quarter of play here in Arkadelphia, where the Badgers lead Bauxite by a score of 21-0. RJ Hawk along with Kyle Sutherland and Josh Neighbors down the sidelines as Bauxite's got it 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line as they move from right to left of your radio here at Badger Stadium. And Perry's going to take the shotgun snap. He'll step up in the pocket, trying to do something with it as he'll throw it out of bounds. And that'll bring up second down and 10 now for Bauxite.
RJ gave the Lakeside 7-0 score over Magnolia after one prior to the break. Also, Shiloh Christian 7-0 over Mountain Home at the end of the first quarter. And then Bryant leads Little Rock Christian 7-0 after a quarter. So a tight game there. 2 tight games.
So second down and 10 with the ball at the 42-yard line. 11:51 left here in the first half. Bauxite's going to line up 3 wide to the right side, 1 to the near side, as Perry is going to be in the shotgun. He'll put Wimberly in motion now, take the snap, going to look to throw, under pressure. Looking, going to run with it. He runs past the sticks for about a 1 yard, maybe 2 yard gain.
Past couple of drives, RJ, is Bauxite is kind of seeming, or I guess Eli Perry more so is kind of seeing what Taylon Green has seen on Saturdays. It's just running a lot, trying to find his open receiver, but just doesn't have a lot of time. This Arkadelphia defense is coming at him.
So it's a 3rd down and 9 now for Bauxite. Stops the clock at 11:45 left here in the second quarter as Perry's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Going to look to throw. Goes downfield, has a man inside the 45-yard line. And that time for Bauxite coming up with the reception, that was Caden Metzger, who made the catch, picks up the first down, and takes the ball into Arkadelphia territory.
Great job there by Eli Perry, not giving up on the play. I know that sometimes when you got 3 guys running at you like that, it's easy to panic, but he didn't at all. He got the football to him for the first down.
So it's a 1st and 10 with the ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Perry takes the shotgun snap, going to roll to his right. Perry looking, under pressure, throws it out of bounds, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock at 11 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first half. Ball will be on the near hash. Second down and 10. Perry going to hand it to Metzger. Metzger goes right side and has nowhere to go. He loses a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down.
That's once again Nakeeson Wimberly just been all over the place. They'll put him in, they'll move him inside, and he's just wreaking havoc.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 11 with the ball at the 45-yard line. So Perry in the shotgun, going to look to throw again. Across the middle of the field, has Wimberly. Wimberly stays on his feet inside the 40, and he'll be taken down at around the 38-yard line. It'll be shy of the first down, but it gives you a little bit more manageable of a 4th down if you go for it here.
And that was, I believe that was Jacoby Campbell that just made the tackle. Great job on an open field tackle right there. You don't see many able to do that on Marcus Wimberly.
3 wide to the right side. Perry takes the shotgun snap. Going to look to throw again in the middle of the field, in and out of the hands that time of his intended target, trying to hook up with Wimberly, and it's a turnover on downs with 9:58 to play here in the second quarter.
And another frustrating ending to a drive there. That was Bauxite's best drive of the football game, just to be able to get a little bit of movement down, kind of get some rhythm going with your offense, and now it comes to a halt.
So it's an Arkadelphia football, as it will be spotted at the 38-yard line. Be 1st and 10 as McCoy brings his guys onto the field. They'll line up 3 wide to the near side. Reed will be the running back as they'll take the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Comes back to the right side, has a man. That time it's Wagner, and Wagner will be taken down at the 49-yard line. And it's enough for a 1st down to give them a new set of downs right before they get into Bauxite territory.
They're already up to the line.
So it's a 1st down and 10. And they'll give it to Reed. Reed works off the right side, has a big running lane inside the 40, and he'll be taken down at the 39-yard line. It's another 1st down for Arkadelphia.
And what we've seen just right there was pretty similar to what Arkadelphia's been doing as far as the defense getting in the backfield, stopping Bauxite. Bauxite had them dead to rights there right at the line of scrimmage, and Reed broke out of it for a 1st down.
So it's a 1st down and 10 from the 38. As they go back to Reed. Reed off the right side, and he lost his footing and falls down at the 36. So he picks up 3 yards on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Clock rolling at 9:12 remaining left here in the second quarter. 3 wide go to the left side. McCoy in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, goes back with a pass across the middle of the field. That's over to Wagner, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. He'll be stacked up right there Excuse me, that wasn't Wagner. That was actually Roberts. And it's enough for a first down, as now Arkadelphia is threatening with 8:57 to play here in the half.
Roberts, very quietly, the third leading receiver on this team, 11 catches for 204 yards and 2 scores coming into tonight.
So it's first down and 10 with the ball spotted at the 15. McCoy going to look to throw as he's under pressure. He'll swing it to the right sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Bring up second down and 10. That time, McCoy probably had the most pressure he's had all night.
Yeah, just got rid of it quickly.
So it brings up a second down and 10. As McCoy's going to take the shotgun snap, sets up a screen right side. Nice one-handed catch. And he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. That time for Arkadelphia. I couldn't quite see them. They turned the lights out too quick. Kyle? Who was the masked man that was able to catch that one?
Oh, was it Caden Whitaker? Was it 10?
Who was it?
12, I think.
It was 12?
Was it 12? I think it might have been. Looks like Derrick Henry with the way he caught it with one trucking downfield.
Yeah, that was a heck of a catch, and Arkadelphia's in for a touchdown to make it 27-0 as Molinari is on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good with 8:34 to play in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 28, Bauxite nothing. You're listening to High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Back here in Arkadelphia, where the Badgers, they lead at 28-0 over Bauxite. 8:34 to play here in the second quarter. As Molinari is going to come on to kick off for the Badgers, he'll put a foot into it, and it will be taken down at the 2-yard line by Wimberly. And he'll bring it up. Actually, that's Metzger who brought it up. And he'll take it past the 15, and it'll be drugged down at around the 16-yard line. Today's game being brought to you by Birch Street Communities. If you've got a client, friend, or loved one that's diagnosed with schizophrenia or a bipolar disorder, please contact their admissions department or go online to birchtree.org for more information. So it's a first down and 10 with the ball spotted down at the 16-yard line. 8:26 to play here in the first half. As Eli Perry's going to be in the shotgun. As Wimberly lined up to his left, he'll give it to Wimberly, and he has nowhere to go. I mean, there are 3 Badgers in the backfield when Wimberly got the football.
That's one thing that anytime you're playing Bauxite, you want to take away the best player. You do not want to let one beat you. They are not allowing that to happen, but they've just had this entire, other than a couple of good plays from Perry on that last drive, it's been all Arkadelphia defense.
It's a 3-yard loss to bring up a second down and 13. So Bauxite will have 2 receivers lined up to each side. Perry will be in the shotgun. Now Perry steps up in the pocket, and he'll be taken down. Got back, he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. I think he did. And that brings up a third down and 12 now for Bauxite.
And what's crazy, Arch, is you notice that Arkadelphia, they're subbing out 2 defensive linemen here at a time, so they've got a bevy of rotations.
Clock running at 7:20 and counting. left here in the first half. 5 wide in the formation. Perry looking to throw again. Steps up, has nowhere to go. He gets dropped at the 9. It's a 5-yard loss. And so it'll bring up a 4th down now for Bauxite.
Just completely taking away the passing game. And that's the thing is Bauxite has the guys there to block. They just can't hold them against this powerful D-line of Arkadelphia.
So back deep is going to be Braden Wagner for Arkadelphia as he'll stand at the 49-yard line in Bauxite territory. Bauxite going to be punting out of their own end zone here on this 4th down and 16. Snap is back, and the kick is away. It's a nice kick that's going to go out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and that's where Arkadelphia will have it in Bauxite territory, and they lead it 28-0 over the Miners. Let's head down to Josh on the sideline. What's up, Josh?
So, guys, you all have a good vantage point on it, on the last touchdown. From what I saw, there were 2 Bauxite players who had an opportunity to try at least force them out of bounds. Neither did. I don't like to hammer home a point, but they seem eager to get back to Saline County. I know they're outclassed, but we've had a bunch of games where guys are outclassed. They don't look like this. It is frustrating to watch from down here. I'm not going to lie to you all. I'm not sure if you all feel like the same way. If you all feel differently, that's fine. But there are guys taking themselves out of the game. There are guys not contesting on tackles, and they're just getting walked over. And the Arkadelphia players are talking to me over here. They're just having casual conversation with me because they know it's a walk. So
here is a first down run that goes to the left side by Reed, and he'll take it for about a 3-yard gain to bring up 2-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Something that I was going to mention on that touchdown, I think that really there was I saw a lot trying to do arm tackles. That's what we saw a lot. So basically just fingertips got on him.
Here's the shotgun snap as they throw it downfield. Works it back right side to Cummings, and Cummings will take it to the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Arkadelphia with 5:46 to play here in the first half. And for Riley Cummings, that's only his 4th catch of the season. So it's first down and 10 with the ball at the 30-yard line. Here's McCoy looking to throw, and it's almost intercepted. That time for Bauxite coming up to make the stop for the Miners. I believe that was Aiden McDaniel who stepped in and almost had the interception.
McCoy really hasn't put the ball in a whole lot of dangerous spot. Really been on point with most of his throws, just other than that one right there. RJ, how about this score? Greene County Tech and win 7-all at halftime.
Oh, wow.
Greene County Tech trying to get it going, moving down to 5A.
Here's 2nd down as McCoy's under pressure. He'll roll to his left, and he just heaves one up, and it is intercepted by Bauxite down at the 15-yard line. That ball got deflected and right into the breadbasket. Can't quite see who came up with it. I believe for the Miners, that time it was John Hodges, the sophomore, who came up with the interception. And so the Bauxite Miners get the football back with 5:22 to play in the second quarter.
Back-to-back plays where McCoy put it in a very dangerous position. It was actually batted from a Bauxite player to another defender. What is it? Too little, too late.
Ball's going to be spotted down at the the 11-yard line. No, it'll be the 16-yard line. Scoreboard's got it wrong.
And, of course, what I mean by too little, too late as far as the momentum. There's obviously a lot of time left in this, but can Bauxite capitalize on this?
It's a first down and 10 with 5:22 to play here in the second quarter. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout. It's going to be charged to Bauxite. That'll be their first charge timeout of the ball game. And today's game being brought to you by ASU Three Rivers, where you can earn a degree or certificate at Arkansas State University, Three Rivers in Malvern, and make your dream a reality. Apply online today at asutr.edu. You know, I will say, Kyle, that for this game, you know, in previous weeks, we have had a ton of penalties, and there's just not been a whole lot of them in this one. I want to thank my buddy Kyle Jackson in Midtown Plumbing who's getting ready for deer season day. He's listening in right now, but hadn't been a whole lot, Kyle, compared to the previous 4 weeks.
You might have just done the broadcast, the classic broadcaster drink. But you're right. No, in all seriousness,
he would be happy.
Yeah, no, I know. No, in all seriousness, you're right. I was actually thinking that myself. I think we've only had
2.
Yeah, was it 2? I was thinking 2 or 3, something like that, but not even a handful. Which, gosh, we've had a handful in one quarter.
Yeah,
before a quarter's even been over.
I think the record this year for penalties in a game is 39.
We had 39 at Carlisle.
Yeah,
Carlisle and Junction City.
So it's a first down and 10 with the ball at the 16-yard line. 5:22 to play here in the second quarter. Arkadelphia leading Bauxite 28-0. As Eli Perry is going to be in the shotgun, he'll have 2 receivers to the near side. He'll fake it to Wimberly, take it himself, and he has nowhere to go.
That was another play where they tried to run the counter tray, and the pulling guard and tackle, their guys were not able to, that they had left alone, were not able to get blocked quick enough, and they just disrupted everything.
It was actually about a 3-yard loss to bring up second down and 13. So Perry's going to line up in the shotgun. He'll have Wimberly to his right. Now he'll throw it right side as a receiver at the 25, and he'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up the first down. And that time for Bauxite, coming up with the reception was Witherington.
It was good recovery there because I think that was actually supposed to be an RPO, and I think it was Wimberly there in the backfield. Basically, Perry was looking like he was handing off to a ghost there. There was nobody right beside him, and then was able to get rid of it.
So now Metzger's the running back for Bauxite. It's a first down and 10 with the ball at the 29-yard line. Perry looking to throw. Comes right side, flips it out of bounds. Has no one to throw it to, and it brings up his second down. 4:37 to play here in the second quarter. Ball at the 29-yard line. Bauxite with the football as they move from right to left of your radio. As they'll have 2 receivers to the near side, wingbacks it off that right side. Metzger with the football at the running back position. He has big running lane, stays on his feet, out past the 45, and he's going to go out of bounds very near the 50-yard line.
Got to give it to Bauxite for their effort right here. They're still playing hard, running hard. They're obviously beat down, probably still pretty tired, as we've talked about from last week, but still not out of this game in their mind.
So at the 49-yard line, it's first and 10. Clock rolling at 4:24 and counting left here in the first half. Perry going to look to throw now. Steps up, rolls right. Perry throws downfield, has a man. And that time he's going to be knocked out of bounds as it was Austin Hastings coming up with the reception. But I guess they said he was out of bounds, and so it'll bring up second down and 10. So it's second down and 10 after he stepped out of bounds when he caught the football. Here's Eli Perry going to give it to Wimberly. Straight ahead, he'll take it to the 50. Picks up a yard on the play.
That looked like it was going to be a sweep around the edge there, and Wimberly thought he saw something and tried to cut it up the middle, and wasn't anything there.
So it's third down and 9 from the 50-yard line. Clock running at 3:45 and counting left here in the first half. Bauxite's going to line up 2 to the right side, 1 to the near. 2 backs in the backfield. Now Metzger comes out to the left. Sets up the screen, right side to Wimberly. And Arkadelphia is right there. They had 2 guys on him at the line of scrimmage. He loses yards on the play to bring up fourth down.
I think Coach Kaiser, the defensive coordinator, probably all the week in film session, it's if you see the ball going anywhere in number 1's direction, it's like a magnet, and they have been continuously all over him.
Hey, by the way, you were talking about that Bryant Little Rock Christian game earlier. Bryant's now up 28-0 with 2:43 left on half.
That can happen against Bryant very quickly.
It's fourth down and 11 as Perry's going to take the shotgun snap. Now we've got a Midtown Plumbing penalty flag. That was down, but they're going to wave it off because the clock had expired, but Bauxite, I believe, called the timeout.
Another one that we're keeping an eye on. Rogers up 21-14 with about 5 minutes left in the first half on Fayetteville, defending 7A state champion.
I want to give a shout-out, even though he may not be able to hear it, Mike Volarovich, the offensive coordinator for Fayetteville. His son was sent to Children's Hospital right before the game last week, and been praying for him and his son as they had to be rushed down to Little Rock to the Arkansas Children's Hospital. And so Mike's been a great friend, and been thinking about him all week long.
Yeah, great dude. I know you got close to them back in the Henderson days when he was the OC. I covered him pretty heavily during his Nashville days.
Yeah, he's just a great, a likable guy. Won a state championship in Nashville. Had probably one of the, I think at one time had the best offense in college football at all levels when he was at Henderson. And so you just hate it. Football is just a game when you get your kids involved. And so what we're thinking about Volarovich and his entire family is they're going to get his kid well. So 2:58 to play left here in the first half as Arkadelphia, they lead it 28-0 out of the timeout. It's a 4th down and 11 for Bauxite as they've got the 48-yard line. Eli Perry in the shotgun. Now he's going to roll to his left. And he's got 3 Badgers back there, and he'll be taken down as Perry's helmet gets knocked off. And they're going to mark him down at the 39, and that's where Arkadelphia is going to have it 1st and 10.
I would say they probably got around at least 6 or 7 sacks right now, and no telling how many hurries.
Perry's been running for his life all evening. Anytime he's gone back to throw, you got to get creative whenever, for him anyways, when you're under that much pressure.
And he's made something out of some of them, but you can only do so much.
2:49 to play here in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at the half, Josh and Kyle will go over all the scores from around the state. Here's McCoy on the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Comes back near side, and the ball was deflected away. That time, deflecting the pass for Bauxite, it was Emmanuel Buchanan, and that brings up a 2nd down and 10.
It's not hard to find Kyle Reed out there. You see a lot of blue, a lot of white, a lot of black, and then you have his lime green shoes. I like those.
Yeah, he does stand out. It's 2nd down and 10. Reed's going to get the football, and he'll go straight up the middle. Has a nice running lane past the 35 and takes it down to the 32-yard line.
And I was looking at the pink, too, and I forgot that we're in October now. How quickly time passes. They're in the midway point of the regular season.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy, isn't it? 3rd down and 3. Clock running at 2:25 and counting as Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 28-0. 2 men in motion. They go from right to left for Arkadelphia. Toss sweep goes to Reed left side, and he has nowhere to go as he is dropped for about a 5-yard loss to bring up 4th down. Clock continues to roll. 1:56 to play here in the first half. Ball is going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. Brings up a 4th down and 7. Three receivers going to line up to the near side. McCoy's going to be in the shotgun. He's got Reed lined up to the left side of him. He'll take the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. Comes back right side. It's in and out of the hands of his receiver. That time it was Wagner, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Bauxite will get the football back with 1:27 left here in the first half.
You have to look at all the silver linings if you're Bauxite, and there's not many, but if there is one you can find going into the locker room, you stop them there, and you can hopefully run the clock out if you're them, and then the clock doesn't go on that sportsmanship role, the continuous running in the second half, and they get the football back.
So it's a 1st down and 10 as Bauxite's got it from the 37-yard line. Eli Perry, the quarterback, has 3 receivers set to the left side. Going to look to throw. He's under pressure, steps up in the pocket, has nowhere to go, and he'll be dropped for about a 4-yard loss. That'll keep the clock running with 1:10 remaining here in the second quarter. They're going to spot the ball down at the 33-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 15. So now they go 3 wide to the near side as Perry will have his running back set to the right. That's Metzger. He'll take the snap, going to look to throw. Perry steps up in the pocket again, has nowhere to go, and he'll be dropped for another 3-yard loss.
RJ, it's been a while since I've seen a defensive line be this kind of dominant, to where it's essentially as soon as they're doing exactly what you coach to do, to fire off the ball, especially in pass rushing situations, get in the backfield, and they're doing that really before they can count to 2.
So now you've got a 3rd down and 17 with the ball at the 30-yard line. Perry will be in the shotgun, has Metzger lined to his right, 3 receivers set to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Perry keeps it himself. Works back right. Going to run with it and goes out of bounds. And he'll step out of bounds about a yard shy of the 40-yard line. And that's going to do it for the first half. Arkadelphia, they lead it by a score of 28-0. Josh Neighbors. Well, it looks like the officials are going to put some time on the clock. Everybody was headed to the locker room, and looks like they're going to spot the ball down at the 39-yard line. I think they're going to put 2 seconds. Is that right, Josh? 2 seconds on
yep, 2 seconds. But he went out like as it was expiring, so 2 is a little generous.
So they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock.
But that's pretty quick job. The officials getting everybody back on the field. That usually takes forever.
Yeah. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for Bauxite. They'll have it at the 39-yard line. It's going to be a really tight formation. Wimberley's actually going to be the one that takes the snap, and he's going to run with it. He'll go out of the Wildcat. He'll be dropped for a 3-yard loss, and that'll do it for the first half. As Arkadelphia, they lead it 28-0 over Bauxite. And Josh is now going to catch up with head coach Trey Shucker as his team is up big here in the first half. And it's like Josh has got Coach Shucker now. Take it away, Josh.
Coach, pretty good start of that half right there. What was the key for you all offensively getting that fast start?
Throwing and catching, to be honest with you. We knew that there was some space out there that we could, attack, and we did. Our guys did a really good job of throwing and catching. The drives that we didn't come out with points on, we didn't do that very well. And so that's what we got to do continuing in the second half.
What would you like from your defensive line?
We're getting pressure. That's one thing that we knew that we could probably get it. We knew that we could probably accomplish going into this game. Our defense line is really good. We've got 6 guys that we feel good about rotating in. They're getting after it right now. They're playing physical. They're playing fast. We're getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Josh. As Arkadelphia, they lead it 28-0 over Bauxite here in the first half. When we come back, we will go around high school football and get scores from around the state with Josh and Kyle as you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
The fine art of armchair quarterbacking.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers.
Want to go to college but don't know the first thing to do? Check out Arkansas State University 3 Rivers. They'll help you relieve that fear and show you how easy enrolling in college can be. Visit asutr.edu and apply online today. Scholarships available for ACT 19 and higher.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers, 3 Rivers.
Highway 270 Grill in Poen is a proud sponsor of the Buzz High School Game of the Week. At Highway 270 Grill, you'll find fresh food that's cooked and smoked on location. With an ever-evolving menu, they work to make sure they have the newest and most delicious food with the most affordable price. Newly renovated with more seating and upgraded equipment that allows them to serve even better quality food in a timely manner. Check out their daily specials or their steak nights every Friday and Saturday. Family-owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
Birch Tree Communities is a behavioral health provider caring for adults living with severe mental illness in a supportive home environment. The staff serves as a guide to members on their journey to independence and a satisfying life in the community. If you have a client, friend, or loved one diagnosed with schizophrenia, schizoaffective, or bipolar disorder and are in need of care, please go to birchtree.org, birchtree.org for more information, or call Birch Tree Communities today.
I am Renata Jenkins-Bowler, the third-generation owner of Roller Funeral Homes. My family's story is not merely one of success, but one of heartfelt connections built through generations. My grandparents' legacy has stood the test of time. For 24 consecutive remarkable years, Arkansans have spoken, and your choice for the best of the best is Roller Funeral Homes. It's truly humbling. Roller Funeral Homes, where compassion meets excellence, with all our respect.
Welcome back to All Care Field, home of the Arkadelphia Badgers, where the Badgers lead the Bauxite Miners 28-0 here at halftime alongside Josh Neighbors. My name is Kyle Sutherland here for the halftime show. And Josh, a lot of people expected that Arkadelphia was going to be the favorite coming into this one. These were two of the, I guess you could call them the premier teams in the 4A7 conference coming into this year. And Malvern has also kind of been one of those so far halfway through this season. But really all Badgers through one half. They've played incredible defense, gotten as good a pass rush that you could ask. And offensively, the sophomore quarterback, McCoy, he's just doing everything that you could ask of him.
Yeah, they're not trying to do anything too complicated on offense. Because I think they just know that personnel-wise, they have a bit of advantage in that spot, right? And on defense is where this game is being won. I mean, you were spot on. The way they're getting pressure with not rushing that many guys, it's a little bit too easy for them. And I mean, they're winning essentially every one-on-one matchup. I've seen a couple of the interiors they lost, but every one-on-one matchup they're doing well in. And I mean, when you don't have to rush 3-4 guys to get the quarterback, and you have 6 or 7 of those guys, like Coach said, that you trust, you're gonna have a pretty good night.
And that's something that is very overlooked. I feel like depth has been something that's been more emphasized in today's football,
yes.
Especially throughout college, and talking about depths of the SEC and all those different things. But it even at this level, it's the same kind of thing, because you look at Bauxite, and obviously a big start to their season, or big issues with their start to the season was they had a lot of their starters out, and they've had to play some underclassmen guys that were inexperienced. But with Arkadelphia having those 6 or 7 guys on the defensive line in particular, just being able to rotate them out, when you have fresh legs and talent, that usually mixes well.
Yeah, it's a really good look for them. And also, you have an opportunity in this game to get those guys PT, so you can feel like you can put them in spots later on in the season if they're called upon. Let's just say you end up having those 4 or 5 guys you really, really like. Well, number 6 and 7, if they've had opportunities and have played well in those opportunities, if you need them later on in the year, you can go to those guys. And also, I'll say that on offense, right? I feel like a few times tonight you all have mentioned Arkadelphia receivers. You're saying, hey, it's just his 6th reception of the year. Just 4th or 5th reception of the year. Well, those guys are getting touches too. And so I feel like their offense, it's not one note. They've got multiple guys that can hurt you. Yes, they're better at throwing the ball than they are at running the ball. I think that's pretty apparent. But, I love the way that they're spreading the ball around too. They're using different parts of the field. They're just doing a great job of attacking.
Let's go through a few scores here, starting at the top of Class 7A. Now, keep in mind, these are just ones that we are getting. I think that these are looking pretty accurate based on some of the ones that I've gotten in here. But what we have for now, starting in Class 7A, Conway up on North Little Rock big, 49-0. Bryant was close with Little Rock Christian. I guess Little Rock Christian, I should say, was close with Bryant. It was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Now Bryant leads that 28-0. They have really jumped on the Warriors. Also, Cabot, after losing that tough one to Little Rock Christian last week, up on Little Rock Southwest, 21-14. Pulaski Academy up big, 42-7 on Little Rock Central. Bentonville West and Springdale. How about those Bulldogs? Off to a 4-0 start. Really have improved, and they are tied at 14 with the Wolverines. Then also Bentonville 14-7 over Fort Smith Northside. Then Fayetteville and Rogers. The Mounties actually lead the defending 7A champion 28-21, and then Springdale Harbor big over Rogers Heritage 35-14. Then down in Class 6A, Marion over El Dorado 20-7, Jonesboro 27-6 over Sheridan. The Jonesboro Hurricane, of course, looking for their first win of the season. Benton shutting out Sylvan Hills 42-0. Little Rock Catholic 20-6 over West Memphis. Greenwood is shutting out Russellville 35-0. Fort Smith, Southside, and Lake Hamilton in a tight one. Of course, this is from the first quarter. I have 3-0, so that one might have been updated since. Shiloh Christian in a very tight game with Mountain Home, 7-6. Does Shiloh Christian lead the Bombers? We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we will get to more scores. You are listening to the High School Game of the Week, presented by Bird Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
When a patient rings the bell after completing cancer treatment, we celebrate one more step toward healing. And with the new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Center, we celebrate the trusted choice in cancer care. The two greatest healthcare forces in Arkansas have come together to deliver second-to-none treatments with the latest technology, all in celebration of you. Learn more at baptist-healthcancercenter.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Looking for a restaurant that supports other Arkansas-owned businesses? Highway 270 Grill in Poen serves Petit Jean bacon, ham, and sausage. Delicious fried pickles from Arkansas-owned Flywheel Pies, and all their smoked meat is smoked on location using Arkansas-owned Woody's Barbecue Rub. Also, try their hand-cut ribeyes, prime rib, and double-dip pork chops. With the new renovation, Highway 270 Grill now seats over 85 people, so this is your location for the entire family. Family-owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
Companies are shifting their telephone systems to the cloud, and you should too. ESI eCloud PBX has everything you need. Features like work from anywhere, video calls, and advanced security tools make ESI eCloud PBX one of the best choices for any business. Opt out of the high cost of your traditional phone system and move to the cloud. Sign up for an online demo at nsgdv.com and get your system activated at no charge.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Back at All Care Field, where the Arkadelphia Badgers lead the Bauxite Miners 28-0 here at halftime on homecoming. Kyle Sutherland alongside Josh Neighbors here. We're going to go through some more scores here. We just went through 6 and 7A, so we'll start here in this segment on Class 5A. Joe T. Robinson is shutting out Jacksonville 21-0. Maumelle in a little bit of a back and forth one as up on Pond Bluff 15-6. BB in another tight game 10-6 over Whitehall. Valley View in probably the headliner game of Class 5A this week out of the East 21-0 over Harding Academy. Also in the 5A East, we've got a shutout going. Nettleton 21-0 over Brooklyn. One that is catching some by surprise, a 7-7 score at the start of the third quarter between Wynn and Greene County Tech. Greene County Tech, of course, moved down from Class 6A, is really trying to get that program turned around now that they are back in the 5A East. Down to the 5A South, you've got Hot Springs 33-7 over Hope. Hot Springs Lakeside, another tight game, 7-0 over Magnolia, and then the two-time defending state champion Little Rock Parkview 36-7 over DeQueen. 5A West, you've got Morrilton at 7-3 over Alma. Farmington 10-7 over Harrison. Greenbrier is shutting out Clarksville 41-0, and then last but not least, you've got Valonia over Pea Ridge 21-3, and then Class 4A. Gravett is up over Green Forest 14-0. Prairie Grove 30-0 over Huntsville. Also Highland in a 4A3 matchup that a lot had eyes on, 28-0 over Truman. Mena 21-13 over Lamar, and then Dover 26-0 over Ozark. And of course, you've got this one 28-0. Arkadelphia leading Bauxite. And Josh, this is a really interesting conference because you think about the history of the foot. I know that you weren't here when the original 4A7. It started whenever this whole reclassification thing began and went up to from 5A all the way up to 7A in 2006. And this has always been a very deep conference. And the past few years, you've pointed at obviously Arkadelphia. They've won 2 state titles in the last decade. Malvern won state a couple of years ago. Those are really kind of the 2 teams once Robinson moved out. This year, you kind of thought that the 2 teams that were here tonight would battle it out for that conference title, but then you've got 4-0 Malvern, which cannot ever count out the Leopards in year 1 under John Fogelman. So I think we're kind of seeing that this is still, especially at the top of the conference, a little bit top-heavy, but very, very quality.
Yeah, it's more fun for us.
Exactly.
Right? We've had a couple, I remember last year especially, I think we had a few that didn't feel predetermined, but like 7A especially, right? You kind of had a feeling who would be there at the end of the year. And, it's exciting when we can, and I hope we do more 4A games this year too, just because the amount of balance that we have. So it's exciting to hear that, yeah.
All right, we're going to take another break here, and then we will come back and give you the 2 and 3A scores and wrap things up before the second half. You are listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Interested in a rewarding career in behavioral health? Birch Tree Communities has entry-level career opportunities for behavioral health providers, starting at $18 an hour, with additional pay for education and experience. All the training and certification you need to succeed will be provided. Find more information and apply at birchtree.org, birchtree.org. Join the Birch Tree Communities team today. Apply online at birchtree.org.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers.
You want to stay at home and take college classes? Visit Arkansas State University 3 Rivers at asutr.edu and enroll in online classes toward a certificate or degree. So keep your PJs on and go to asutr.edu. Scholarships available for ACT 19 and higher.
Arkansas State University, 3
Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry proudly support the Weave on Helm Down Home Jubilee on Saturday, October 19th from Marville, Arkansas. This event was created to celebrate all genres of music and provide a platform for both established and up-and-coming artists to showcase their talent. Weave On is well known by hits such as The Wait, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, and Up on Cripple Creek. Rolling Stone magazine ranked Weave On number 91 in the list of 100 greatest singers of all time. For more information, go to weaveonhelmjubilee.com.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse on 65th and University has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has it. Like step bars, bed covers, toolboxes, and ladder racks, as well as gooseneck, fifth wheel hitches, and drop hitches. All this and more can be found at Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, a WeatherTech Diamond dealer, 501-568-0040, or online at arkansastruck.com. And ask about the all-new RSI Smart Cap.
Wrapping things up here on the halftime show from All Care Field, where Arkadelphia leads at Bauxite 28-0 here alongside Josh Neighbors. My name's Kyle Sutherland. We will catch you up on scores from the smaller classification starting in Class 3A. Mansfield is up on Charleston 28-23. Boonville leading Hackett 21-6. Melbourne 16-7 over Quitman. Also, Rivercrest, and this is definitely the headliner of Class 3A. Rivercrest over Newport, 22-12. Also, too, Osceola is beating, I guess you could probably say both of these are a little bit surprising. Osceola is shutting out Walnut Ridge 21-0 at halftime. Then on down to Class 2A, Cross County is shutting out Izard County Consolidated 32-0. And Mineral Springs and Junction City in a tight one. The Dragons lead that one at 7-0 over the Hornets. And then the last one that I have is Hampton, currently leading Poen by 2 points, 14-12. Do the Bulldogs lead the Indians? So Josh, I think it kind of goes without saying. We've said things multiple times, what Bauxite has to do, but they do get the football back. So the two positives that we kind of touched on right before halftime, they get the football back, and they were able to keep Arkadelphia from scoring another touchdown, which that 35-point deficit would automatically enforce the sportsmanship rule of the constant running clock. So with those minor silver linings there, what are your keys for the game for Bauxite?
I would try actually get the ball to the outside. I think they're relying far too much on their quarterback, and considering how their offensive line's played and how well the Arkadelphia defensive line is playing, they need to get this ball somewhere just away from the middle of the field, just to try and force Arkadelphia to pay more attention personnel-wise to those places. And maybe have to dedicate a linebacker. Try those. RJ's favorite, the inside tunnel screen, right? Try some of those. Tunnel your way to the inside. Work outside back to the inside. Something like that. They're going to need some turnovers. They're going to need some explosive plays. But there are ways they can try and chip. And they get the ball first, like you said. So,
yeah, they'll get the football back, and the teams will be coming out soon to do their warm-ups as the band clears the field, and we will get you prepped for the second half of play. Once we return, you are listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Renata Jenkins Bowler, the third generation of Roller Funeral Homes. In the heart of Arkansas, where compassion meets excellence, my family's legacy has stood the test of time. When you turn to Roller Funeral Homes, you are not just relying on a service, you are embracing a cherished family tradition. For the past 24 consecutive years, you have chosen Roller Funeral Homes as the best of the best, and we are truly humbled and thankful. Roller Funeral Homes, where compassion meets excellence, with all our respect.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Highway 270 Grill in Poen is a proud sponsor of the Buzz High School Game of the Week. At Highway 270 Grill, you'll find fresh food that's cooked and smoked on location. With an ever-evolving menu, they work to make sure they have the newest and most delicious food with the most affordable price. Newly renovated with more seating and upgraded equipment that allows them to serve even better quality food in a timely manner. Check out their daily specials or their steak nights every Friday and Saturday. Family owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
Back here in Arkadelphia, as Arkadelphia, they lead Bauxite by a score of 28-7. As Kyle Sutherland, Josh Neighbors going back down on the field. I'm RJ Hawk. The band for Arkadelphia just wrapped up their Alcatraz set here at Badger Field, and so we are awaiting both teams coming back onto the playing surface as we've got about 3 minutes until the opening kick between Bauxite and Arkadelphia. Today's game being brought to you by Birch Tree Communities. If you've got a client, friend, or loved one that's been diagnosed with schizophrenia or a bipolar disorder, please contact your admissions department or go online to birchtree.org for more information. Well, Kyle, pretty lopsided first half for the Arkadelphia Badgers. And for Bauxite, you saw this team score 78 points last week, but they just have not gotten anything going because of how dominant the defensive line has been for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, they've had one drive where it was looking like they were possibly going to get something. I think it was right there early in the second quarter. And like Josh was saying a second ago, they need to try to get some things outside. That's what they tried to do at the beginning with some read options, some jet sweeps, and those types of things. But really more than anything, they've got to make sure that they just give Eli Perry some sort of time. And because regardless of whether you're trying to pass or run, you obviously can't do that unless your line is blocking.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you know, I think that for as good as Wimberly has been throughout his career, the job that this defense for Arkadelphia has done, I mean, they've pretty much just sold out on him. Everybody else is a non-factor, and wherever he is, he's got 2 and 3 guys around him.
It's that, and also, too, that these defensive linemen are getting a hand on Perry within, literally about 2 seconds. It seems like as soon as he takes the ball, he doesn't even have time, whether it's a 3-step drop or whatever it is, he doesn't even have time to get set. And so he's either running for his life, and he's made a few good throws off of that. But just to get maybe another second of time, he might be able to do just a little bit more, and they can get the ball down the field.
Well, we are about 2:29 away from the opening kick, or the second half kickoff, and we'll remind you that today's game being brought to you by Midtown Plumbing. And if you've got a leak, they've got a leak detection system at Midtown Plumbing that they could save you a lot of money without having to rip up your house. They've got cameras that can roll through your pipes and find out exactly where that leak is. All you got to do is go online to midtownplumbing.com or call them. They've got a Benton office, but they serve all of Central Arkansas. That is Midtown Plumbing. Kyle, next week we are headed over to Glen Rose as Jesseville and Glen Rose will square off. And it's been a few years since we've gone down to Glen Rose to do a game, but that ought to be a great game in Class 3A football.
The last time we were down there, it was myself, Bob. I think you were with UCA that weekend, and Bob White was on the call, and we had a great one with them and Fordyce. It was a great non-conference matchup, and so, yeah, if it's anything like that, and I wholeheartedly believe that this Glen Rose team is going to be one of the hotter 3A teams in the back half. They graduated such a big 2024 class, and so that one's going to be a big one next week in the 3A4 conference.
Yeah, that one will be a lot of fun. As I was listening to you read off scores from around the state, Kyle, and really, has there been any surprises for you so far here in this week?
I think the biggest ones, RJ, are probably from the East, and you got that big matchup with Newport and Rivercrest, and Rivercrest is certainly a 3A contender after going to the 4A final last year, but they're up on Newport that many in the past maybe month or so, someone put Newport above Prescott in that favorite category for the state title. So I think maybe that one. Also, Wynn and Greene County Tech knotted at 7. Now, of course, a lot to happen in all of these, but probably that eastern part of the state, there's been a few that have been a little surprising. And also Rogers and Fayetteville.
I'd say a game that I'm a little shocked by. In the second quarter, El Dorado and Marion tied at 14.
That one, I had a feeling that Marion might struggle a little bit just because of the long road trip, and El Dorado is just one of those teams, man, you just never know with Chris Hill. Like, they could upset somebody one week and then come out flat the next. He's done that throughout his career to where they may start slow, finish fast. So it's always unpredictable with a Chris Hill coach team.
Well, both teams have made their way back onto the playing surface as Arkadelphia will get the football to start the second half as they lead it 28-0 over Bauxite. And Bauxite going to see what second half adjustments. We'll check in with Josh in a moment to see what Coach Perry had to say to him as they came out of the locker room. And I would imagine that you had a lot of adjustments that you could work on for the second half of this one.
Yeah, pretty much just whatever was happening in the first half, essentially we got to do the opposite. And I know that we talked about some of the softer coverages that they played, and really it's probably smart in some ways that they do that, but then again, you're just giving up a little bit too much.
So Arkadelphia, I said Arkadelphia's going to get football. I meant Bauxite. I apologize, but
everybody gets one.
So Arkadelphia is going to kick off. Bauxite will receive the kick as we are just about set and ready to go here in the second half of this game between Arkadelphia and Bauxite. So the kickoff is away, and it will be taken down at the 8-yard line. Be brought up by Metzger, and he'll bring it up the middle of the field, out past the 30, has a running lane to the 45-50, into Arkadelphia territory, and he'll be taken down at around the 38-yard line. That time it was Metzger who was able to bring it straight up the middle of the field for a good gain, but now he's down on the turf.
That's not able to get up, and man, just been snake bitten has Bauxite with injuries this year, and hopefully just needs to shake it off and he'll be back out there. But what a great return. We talked about what they needed to do on offense. Well, special teams just made a play for them and got it across the midfield into Arkadelphia territory. They've got to make something happen, does the Bauxite offense.
So it's a first down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Metzger makes his way off the the playing surface. As Eli Perry's going to be in the shotgun. Going to hand it off straight ahead. This time it goes to Wimberly, and Wimberly's going to take it out to the 34-yard line. And it will be a pickup of 5 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 5.
Josh mentioned you just got to chip away, and that's how you do it. There's no such thing as a 28-point play.
So here on 2nd down, they go with a pass play right side, trying to hook up that time with their intended target, trying to hook up with Bo Wetzel. And the ball goes out of bounds, and that brings up a 3rd down and 5.
That's the second time tonight that Bauxite went deep and had them a little bit better than they tried in the first half there, but there's great one-on-one coverage.
So it's a 3rd down and 5. Stops the clock at 11 minutes, 16 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Too wide to the left side as Eli Perry will be in the shotgun. And now we've got Midtown Plumbing penalty flags down from the back judge. It'll be a delay of game on Bauxite, and that will back them up 5 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
That's just what kills you right there, all that work that they did just to get that 4 or 5 yards, and now they're back behind the sticks.
Bauxite trails this game 28-0 over Arkadelphia. Glad to have you along wherever you may be across Arkansas, as you can listen on the 103.7 The Buzz app, on the terrestrial radio signal, or on social media. Here's Perry rolling to his right, and he'll be taken down out past the 50 back into his own territory.
Just like that, you're down to 3rd and long. You were at 2nd and 6, and now you're at 3rd and forever.
They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line in Bauxite territory, and that is a big loss on the play to bring up a 3rd down and forever.
Is that 4th down?
Yeah, they originally had it wrong on the down marker, and the scoreboard was going off the down marker. They had 2nd down, and I was saying what was on the marker, but they never changed it.
Okay,
so
I got you.
Now it's a 4th down and 22 for Bauxite, and they're going to bring on the punting unit. Arkadelphia are going to bring the house, and they get the punt away as Wagner will let it go inside the 20-yard line, and it'll roll dead at around the 17. So Arkadelphia will get the football with 10:22 to play here in the 3rd as they lead it 28-0 over Bauxite, and they'll have the ball at the 17-yard line.
It's a golden opportunity right there because, you get that great kickoff return, and then one penalty just made it all unravel. And, of course, continuous relentless defense.
Bryson McCoy is the quarterback for Arkadelphia. He'll have Kyle Reed set up to his right. Going to hand it off to Reed straight ahead, and he'll fall forward past the 20-yard line to the 21. Today's game being brought to you by ASU Three Rivers. You can earn a degree or certificate at Arkansas State University Three Rivers in Malvern. Make your dream a reality. Apply online at asutr.edu. Here's a pass play to Purefoy on the right side. He'll get past 2 defenders and fall down at around the 30-yard line. And it'll be a 1st down for Arkadelphia after that pass play.
Josh touched on it during the halftime show, but that's Purefoy. I believe that's his first reception of the night. And he is a specialist, statistically throughout his career and skill-wise, he's their top guy, so the rest have been contributing.
Man in motion from left to right as here is Purefoy again, and he'll take it past the 40-yard line and bring it out to the 42. And that was on an end around to Purefoy. Picks up a 1st down, but there's a Bauxite minor down back at the 29. Can't quite see who that is that's down at the 29-yard line. Maybe Josh can get a better look at it. Josh, do you see who that is? I think Josh's mic. Maybe
I don't have him on the roster.
27, I believe, is who they're saying, and he is not on their official roster, so he'll go off to the sidelines, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Arkadelphia. 2 wide to each side. Man comes in motion. That's Purifoy from left to right. They'll give it to him. He'll work the left edge, gets around one defender, picks up another first down, and steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
There's that speed. Got great hands, and see why they use him on end arounds right there. Able to turn on the jets.
So it's a 1st down and 10 from the 44. Man in motion from left to right. That's Wagner. Now McCoy's going to look to throw. Under pressure. Has a man right side. That's into the hands of Reed, and Reed will be knocked out of bounds inside the 40-yard line and taken down at the 37. It's a pickup of 7 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down and 3. Working quickly go the Badgers. They swing it out left side into Purifoy's hands, and he'll pick up a 1st down inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. So it's a fresh set of downs for Arkadelphia as the clock's down to 9:02 left here in the 3rd quarter, and now it looks like a Bauxite Miner's down, and he may be having cramps, and now there's a Midtown Plumbing penalty flag down back at the 29-yard line.
Looks like he went down and kind of subtly there just grabbed his hamstring.
I believe the miner that is down, that is Hayden Marsh. And so now we've got a sideline warning against Bauxite. That won't be a yardage mark-off, as it's the first time it's only a warning. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Clock rolls, under 9 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. They're going to hand it to Reed straight ahead. Now bounces it out to the outside, and he got tripped up inside the 25 to around the 23.
They wouldn't have gotten that shoestring tackle there. He might have outran the last line of defense. Even though Wimberly was back there, might have been 6 had that not happened.
So able to pick up 8 yards that time to bring up 2nd down and 2, as the ball's going to be spotted officially down at the 21-yard line. 3 wide to the left side as McCoy's going to go, and now we've got a Midtown Plumbing penalty flag down at the 21-yard line, and they're indicating false start on Arkadelphia.
That's the 4th or 5th Midtown Plumbing penalty, so
that'll back them up 5 yards. And so now you're going to have a 2nd down and 6 for Arkadelphia. 3 wide, go to the left side. McCoy will take the shotgun snap. Looks to throw, goes back to the left side, and just had communication issues with Purifoy as the ball went out and Purifoy went in. So that'll bring up a 3rd down for Arkadelphia. It'll be a 3rd down and 6 with the ball at the 26-yard line. 3 wide, go to the left side. McCoy will take the snap, going to hand it to Reed. Straight ahead. Reed has running lanes inside the 15, and he'll take it all the way down to the 11-yard line. Picks up the 1st down.
We know about his speed, but he's got some underrated power too, does Reed.
So it's a fresh set of downs as the clock continues to roll at 8:15 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. McCoy going to hand it to Reed. No, he's going to fake it. He goes left side, gets in the hands of Purifoy. Purifoy trying to dance around defenders, and he'll be taken down at the 5.
They've really been utilizing Purifoy on this. I mean, this is really the first time that he's been involved throughout this game on this drive, and they're wanting him to possibly deliver that final knockout punch.
They're going to mark him down officially at the 6-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 now for Arkadelphia. They can still pick up the 1st down as McCoy's going to look to throw. Goes to the middle of the end zone, and it's incomplete, trying to hook up with Roberts that time. So now you've got a 3rd down and 4 for Arkadelphia. .734 left here in the 3rd quarter. Arkadelphia leads 28-0. McCoy takes the shotgun snap, going to roll right. Has a man. Did he catch it? No, it hit off the turf as he was trying to hook up with Roberts that time. And now you've got a 4th down and 4.
Good effort there by Roberts. Just as I mentioned it, as soon as he was going for the slide and catch, it just bounced right before it got to his hands.
So you've got a 4th down and 4 with the ball sitting at the 6-yard line.
Well, Bryant has run away from Little Rock Christian 49-0.
So man in motion from left to right. McCoy's going to take it. Going to look to throw. Goes right side. Has a man in the end zone. Touchdown. That time he was able to hook up with Orion Roberts for the touchdown to make it 34-0.
Great job there by Roberts to hold on to it. It was about the same spot that he threw that last ball that bounced off the turf. He took a shot and held on to it for the score.
So Molinari is going to come on for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is away, and it is good. And with 7:19 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it's 35-0. Arkadelphia leads Bauxite. You're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers.
Want to go to college but don't know the first thing to do? Check out Arkansas State University 3 Rivers. They'll help you relieve that fear and show you how easy enrolling in college can be. Visit asutr.edu and apply online today. Scholarships available for ACT 19 and higher.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers, 3 Rivers.
Birch Tree Communities is a behavioral health provider caring for adults living with severe mental illness in a supportive home environment. The staff serves as a guide to members on their journey to independence and a satisfying life in the community. If you have a client, friend, or loved one diagnosed with schizophrenia, schizoaffective, or bipolar disorder and are in need of care, please go to birchtree.org. birchtree.org for more information or call Birch Tree Communities today.
Back here in Arkadelphia as we've got 7:19 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Arkadelphia leading 35-0 over the Bauxite Miners as Molinari is going to put a foot into it, and it'll be caught by Metzger at the 9-yard line, and he'll bring it up and be spun down at the 19, and that's where Bauxite will have it 1st and 10. And now that Bauxite has a 35-point lead, the sportsmanship rule will be invoked, and so we will have a running clock throughout the rest of this ball game. Let's check in with Josh down the sidelines for a sideline report. What's up, Josh?
So you all saw the sideline warning that came in. You all hear? Okay, sorry, my mic cut out. You all saw the sideline warning.
Yeah.
That was because a player went down, and the flag, I think, was due to what the coaching staff on the Bauxite side was telling the defensive players. This is something that you might see tomorrow night against view and shoot offenses, the Bryles-style offense that Josh Heupel really has popularized now. That's what Arkadelphia runs, and teams will often employ that to slow down the pace. Now, you can't say it didn't work, because actually they didn't give up a touchdown, but they did disrupt the flow because there was a false start like a play later. So that is why teams will try that. You can do it once. Second time, they're going to flag you, and actually take off yardage. So that's why the flag came in. Bauxite trying to employ whatever they can to slow down this Arkadelphia attack.
Thank you, Josh, as there was a one-yard run by Metzger. Now it's 2nd down and 9. They're going to give it back this time to Wimbrow, and he has nowhere to go. He was hit behind the the line of scrimmage by 2 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 11 now.
And Bauxite defense still just continuing to play relentless. I know Coach Kaiser, I mentioned him, the defensive coordinator early. He's got to be very, very pleased with his unit tonight.
Well, they have definitely known where Wimberley's been all over the field.
Yeah, and also a shout out to Bobby Evans. He coaches the D line and arguably the best one in 4A, and not just based on tonight.
3rd down and 11 as Perry's going to look to throw. He'll step up in the pocket, has nowhere to go, and he'll be taken down. So it'll be a loss of 3 yards on the play to bring up 4th down now and 14 for Bauxite. As the ball is spotted at the 16-yard line, they're going to bring on the punting unit.
And RJ, well, we got a second here. Just kind of looking at the rest of this schedule, looking at Arkadelphia's schedule. They got Fountain Lake, Harmony Grove, Ashdown, Genoa Central, and then they go to Malvern to finish out the regular season. I think it's almost safe to say that they're probably going to play Malvern in Week 10 for the conference title. And we expected the winner of this one to challenge the Leopards for that conference championship.
So 4th down as Wagner's going to stand at the 29. No, now they're going to, it looks like Arkadelphia is going to call a timeout and talk this one over. The special teams for Arkadelphia, they were set up and then a timeout was called to bring them over to the sidelines. 4:24 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And I believe for Arkadelphia, they put some, I want to say that was Caden Whitaker who they dropped back there. It's been Wagner all night, and Whitaker was back deep to receive that punt. We'll see if they put him back out there. Now they're going to send back. That is a new player on the roster for. No, that is going to be Whitaker. So he'll stand at the 49. Punt is away. It's an end-over-end punt that'll hit down at the 41, and they'll let it go, and it'll roll to the 44-yard line in Arkadelphia territory. And so that's where the Badgers will have it 1st and 10 with 4:08 and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. Arkadelphia, they lead it 35-0 over Bauxite. Kyle looking across scores from around the state, and everything is kind of shaping up. Conway leading North Little Rock right now, 62-0.
Yeah, I actually just got a text about that one. I think that one was at the end of the 3rd quarter. So it's crazy to think. Now there's underlying, people transferring out and so forth, but think about where North Little Rock was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're really back at the bottom of the 7A Central, just fighting for their lives for that final playoff spot. So, and then Southwest is one of the really Southwest Central and North Little Rock. It's going to be the battle for that 6th spot. And Southwest has improved. They're hanging with Cabot tonight, and Central, they broke their long losing streak a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, I don't think many expected North Little Rock to be in this position though.
And speaking of 7A, Pulaski Academy, who's playing in their first year in 7A, they're putting it on Central right now, 56-7.
And they got Bryant next week.
Yeah. That ought to be a great game between those two. Pulaski Academy has been scoring in the 60s in every game that they've had this year.
Yeah, Brandon Cobb, he their quarterback, he's kind of a 3-year starter, contributed for 3 years, but he's having a big start to this year.
So Arkadelphia with the football. They're going to hand it off. It's going to go straight ahead, and that's to a new running back in the lineup. That is Caden Whitaker. And Whitaker's going to take it out to the 45-yard line in Bauxite territory. Picks up the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's the shotgun snap back to Whitaker. He'll work it back right side. Cuts it back into the middle of the field, takes it inside the 40, and is down at the 37-yard line.
The 7A game I keep refreshing on is Rogers and Fayetteville. That one's tied at 28 now. So Fayetteville making a comeback.
2nd down and 2 for Arkadelphia. Clock down to 1:50 left here in the third. Whitaker's going to get the handoff again. Straight ahead, inside the 30, and he'll be taken down. Another first down. Boy, Whitaker's looked good so far in his going here in the third quarter.
Yeah, fresh legs, and that was someone that I was talking with Coach Trey Shucker about. They really like him.
Ball spot at the 29-yard line. $35-0. Bauxite trailing Arkadelphia. It's a 1st down and 10. Gonna hand it back to Whitaker. He'll go right side, inside the 25, and takes it to the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup to bring up a 2nd down and 4, and we're under a minute to play here in the third.
Josh is down there making some friends.
Josh, what friends have you made?
Well, a few senior. What's your name? Cash Cook. That's a name right there.
Here's a run by Whitaker real quick as he'll take it down to the 15.
James Elkis.
Are you on the Arkadelphia sideline?
I am, yes.
Oh, James Elkis is a really good basketball player, by the way.
His
dad's the head coach at Henderson.
He says you're a pretty good basketball player. Your dad's a coach at Henderson? I fact-checked you live there, Kyle. That checks out.
His dad, Jimmy Elgis, is, I want to say,
he's the head coach.
Well, he's getting close to being the all-time wins coach at Henderson.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, your dad's closing into a big milestone. He said, yeah.
Yeah. I remember, so whenever, and here we've got a timeout. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. So as we end 3, Arkadelphia leads at 35-0 over Bauxite. As we head to the fourth quarter, you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock. And they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Looking for a restaurant that supports other Arkansas-owned businesses? Highway 270 Grill in Poen serves Petit Jean bacon, ham, and sausage. Delicious fried pickles from Arkansas-owned Flywheel Pies, and all their smoked meat is smoked on location using Arkansas-owned Woody's Barbecue Rub. Also, try their hand-cut ribeyes, prime rib, and double-dip pork chops. With the new renovation, Highway 270 Grill now seats over 85 people, so this is your location for the entire family. Family-owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
We start the fourth quarter of play here in Arkadelphia, where the Badgers, they lead Bauxite by a score of 35-0 over the Bauxite Miners. R.J. Hawk along with Kyle Sutherland, Josh Neighbors down the sidelines as Arkadelphia's got the football at the 15-yard line. Going to hand it back to Whitaker, and Whitaker's going to work the left side, take it inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Another nice run by Caden Whitaker. They're going to move the ball back right to the 10. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Bryson McCoy is going to be in the shotgun. Going to give it back to Whitaker. He'll work the right side. Tries to make the edge, and he'll fall forward to the 6-yard line. Well, he is a hard running back for this Arkadelphia team.
Yeah, it's a good mix of just because you got him more of a power back read while he does run with some physicality, more of the speed guy.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 1 for Arkadelphia as they've got the ball at the 6. Going to hand it back to Whitaker straight ahead. Picks up the 1st down and falls forward inside the 5, and he'll be down at the 3-yard line. you hear the rumbling noise, that would be the bleachers here. They've got a great setup, but everything's connected.
So we can hear when people are going up the stairs.
Clock rolling at 10:23 and counting left here in the fourth quarter as the ball is going to be spotted at the 4. They're going to give to Whitaker, and he'll go right side and go nowhere. That brings up a second down and goal for Arkadelphia as they lead it 35-0. Clock is running as the sportsmanship rule is in effect in this ball game as Arkadelphia is on top 35-0. And it's going to bring up a second down and goal as Whitaker gets it. No, McCoy's going to throw it, and he'll throw it left side for the touchdown. That time he put it in the hands of his wide receiver. That was Quintavion Morris, the junior, and Arkadelphia. They go up 41-0.
I know anything for Arkadelphia here, RJ, is really just icing on the cake. But McCoy, I mentioned in the pregame that he really the last 2 games has grown up before our very eyes, and I think this kid's going to be a special player. He's really turned it up.
Molinari's on for the extra point as the kick is away, and it is good. 42-0. You're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Street Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
Entergy works for the moments you live for. The joy. The heart.
Here's your boy.
The wonder.
And if we do this, our robot should...
At Entergy, we're dedicated to powering each moment, today and for future generations. We're leading the way with a cleaner, more reliable grid to power every day. Because these moments matter.
Your graduating class.
We power life. Entergy.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers.
You want to stay at home and take college classes? Visit Arkansas State University 3 Rivers at asutr.edu and enroll in online classes toward a certificate or degree. So keep your PJs on and go to asutr.edu. Scholarships available for ACT 19 and higher.
Arkansas State University, 3 Rivers. 3 Rivers.
The fine art of armchair quarterbacking.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
Back here in Arkadelphia where the Badgers, they lead Bauxite by a score of 42-0 here in the fourth quarter. Kyle Sutherland, Josh Neighbors, I'm RJ Hawk as the kickoff is away and it'll be taken at the 10. And it'll be brought up by Metzger. Metzger, he'll take it left side and he'll be taken right back down at the 10-yard line. And so that's where Bauxite's going to have it 1st and 10 from the 10. Excuse me, they gave him forward progress. It's going to be out to the 14. So that's where they're going to actually spot him down. And so the official was originally standing at the 10, but he walked up to the 14, and so it'll be 1st and 10 for Bauxite. 2 wide set to the near side as Eli Perry is going to be in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Metzger straight ahead, and he has nowhere to go as he ran into a wall of Badgers. He did pick up a couple yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quick update, Hot Springs Lakeside now 21-7 over Magnolia after 3. So the Rams kind of pulling away in that one.
We may have to try to go down and catch a Lakeside game one of these days.
Yeah, I know. Was it week 9 they played Parkview?
That might be a game that we need to go check out. So it's a 2nd down and 8 as Perry's going to hand it to Metzger. And Metzger, that's Wimberly. And Wimberly's off to the races. Inside the 40, to the 50. He turns on the Jets. He's going to be running away for a touchdown. Down to the 10-5, and the Bauxite Miners get on the scoreboard.
Once he gets away from you, you saw the amount of arms that were reaching out. A few fingertips caught him. And they have shut down Marcus Wimberly all night, not been a factor. course, he gets that one now. It doesn't matter at the moment, but showing off that speed.
The first score of the ball game for the Bauxite Miners, and it's because of Marcus Wimberly and his long run. And it's 42-6 with 5:25 to play here in the ball game. On to kick is going to be Chad Profit. Bauxite running players on for the special teams unit. And now Profit's set up, and he's ready to kick this one away. The snap's back, and the kick is up. And it is good, and it's 42-7 with 4:51 to play. And, Josh, that's the speed that why the Oklahoma Sooners like Wimberly.
Yeah, I was talking to you on the sideline. Position in college, so I know we're talking about him as a safety. I'm trying to think about, like, who I think about when I watch him play. And he didn't get many chances to make plays tonight. So, but yeah, I mean, safety because he's not. How tall they list him at?
I think he's 6'1".
Yeah,
generous. That feels a little
6 foot maybe.
Right. But I mean that's.
I mean, he's a pretty. When I remember standing next to him last year, and I mean he's bigger than I am, and I'm 6 foot.
Really? So I would say he might be 6'1" then. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about what who I think about when I watch him play, and playing safety in high school obviously is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can all agree that no matter what he does at the next level, he's a talent to have.
Yeah. If he puts on some weight, I'd be curious about that. See what that looks like.
He's a great singer and piano player too. I was going to add that in there. He's multi-talented.
Maybe he plays concert pianist.
That could be it too.
Maybe he goes pro in something other than sports. You know.
Concert pianist.
Good life. Don't get hit every play.
He's also got good grades, so we'll thrive no matter what.
This guy kick is on the way, and it'll be recovered by Arkadelphia at the 47-yard line.
Sorry, RJ.
No, you're good.
He's one of those all-around studs.
He is. He is. Great story, too. That's a great, his dad, the defensive coordinator, Tommy Wimberly. Good family, great story.
You want to know something interesting? So they don't have a homecoming dance.
Interesting, that is.
Well, you're picking up all kinds of tidbits on the sideline,
meeting all these great friends and getting all the insight.
Also, I found this hammer here on the sideline. I don't think anybody's picked it up. I think it's sat here the entire game. I would say everybody employed a hammer.
What do they do for homecoming? Well, I'll get it after this play. Here's a handoff, and this time it's going back to their big man, Whitaker, and he gets big running lanes inside the 40 in the Bauxite territory, takes it all the way down to the 38-yard line. So no homecoming dance, huh?
Yeah, they have a party.
Yeah?
So I'm not sure what that looks like. I didn't really go to a whole lot of parties in high school.
Oh, I did.
Sick,
yeah.
bro.
You sick. I did. Here's a handoff to Whitaker, and he sheds the defender, and he will fall down at the 35-yard line. He was hit the backfield and shed one defender and was able to go forward to pick up 2 yards on the play, and that takes us down to 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, you rebellious kids. I had study sessions on Friday
nights.
You
also went to a private school.
Yeah, we had study sessions Friday nights.
I was too busy watching ball during the weekend, boys. I was grinding tape.
Here is Whitaker on another handoff. He'll work the left side and get it out past the 30, cuts it back in, stays on his feet to the 15, and down to the 10. Boy, he is a hard running back. That being Caden Whitaker for Arkadelphia. A minute 29 to play in this one. Arkadelphia leads at 42-7.
Oh boy, and now the police are talking to Josh. This can't be good.
Well, they took the hammer from him. Not the police. The police, strange guys wanted to the sidelines and taking the hammer.
But here is a play that goes left side. Wait, you took the hammer?
No, I was telling the officers. I was saying it's been laying on the ground below the bench the entire night. And of course now a player's like, I want that. Now it makes sense because the game's about to be over, so you might want to use it as a celebration prop. But come on, man.
Oh, no.
Let me have my fun.
I love it. About once a year, Josh has an
It's something with the cop. Hopefully there's no Nissans getting towed.
Actually, I'll tell these officers about that story. Turn my mic off.
Oh my gosh, I love it. There's a timeout on the field for an injured player for Bauxite as he's down at the 14-yard line. And minute 3, I saw over on the sidelines, as that play was going on, I look over and Josh has got 2 police officers surrounding him on the sidelines. And all I can think of is like, did you steal the hammer that you were just talking about?
Or what are you going to do with that hammer?
Yeah. And so, minute 3 remaining, 42-7. Arkadelphia on top of Bauxite. Arkadelphia is going to go on to, they're going to move to 3-2 on the season. Bauxite going to drop to 2-3. Up next for Arkadelphia, they will play Fountain Lake next week. And for Bauxite, they've got Nashville next week.
A very different Nashville team than we are accustomed to, for sure.
Finley, that is McCoy still in at quarterback, and they're going to hand it off straight ahead. That's to Kyle Reed, and Reed's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Takes the score to 48-7 with 45 seconds remaining. And that ought to do it for the ball game as the clock is going to continue to run. Molinari is going to be on for the extra point. Kick is away, and it is good. And the Arkadelphia Badgers, they lead it 49-7 with 10 seconds remaining in this one. That clock's going to continue to run, and that's pretty much going to be the ball game.
And this is really about the time that Arkadelphia, again, they're going to go to the handshake line now. I mean, this is the time that Arkadelphia really got it rolling last year. They started off 0-3, then they won 7 of their last 8 to finish in the quarterfinals. So watch out for the Badgers in the second half.
So Josh is going to catch up with Coach Shooker here in just a moment as the Badgers and Miners are going to make their way across and give pleasantries. And the Badgers, they were dominant in this one. They win it 49-7 over the Bauxite Miners. And Josh is going to catch up with Coach Shooker as he's wrapping up his handshake line. And take it away, Josh.
Coach, big win for you guys. Close out the game really well. I just want to tell you this, though. Your team plays the joy. I mean, these guys are talking. They're having a great time. That's the most fun I've seen a team have. I know it's fun when you're winning, too, but just in general, your team has a lot of fun and enjoyed that win tonight, obviously.
Yeah, so all I can say about that is welcome to Badger Stadium. This is what it's like every Friday night whenever we're playing at home, especially if we're winning. And, our team does. We like to have fun. Especially when we're playing with discipline, we're playing aggressive, and we're making plays, and our team feeds off of each other when we get to do that. And that's what you saw tonight, and that's what you saw the result.
That offense last week hung a big number, and you all came in here and just really shut everything down. Did a great job collapsing in the pocket. I mean, is this something that you saw coming, or even you a little bit surprised by what happened tonight?
I think our staff does a great job of scheming up our opponents. Our kids do a great job of being prepared throughout the week and attacking our game plan and then applying it on Friday nights. I knew that this is what we could do. It's just one of those things that you never know how it's going to go on a Friday and how your kids are going to respond. Tonight our kids responded the right way.
Congrats, Coach. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. As that was head coach Trey Shooker, as the Arkadelphia Badgers, they win it by a final score of 49-7. We'll take a break and wrap this thing up from Arkadelphia as you're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Interested in a rewarding career in behavioral health? Birch Tree Communities has entry-level career opportunities for behavioral health providers, starting at $18 an hour, with additional pay for education and experience. All the training and certification you need to succeed will be provided. Find more information and apply at birchtree.org, birchtree.org. Join the Birch Tree Communities team today. Apply online at birchtree.org.
We're all getting ready for that big game this Friday night. Clothes are laid out, cars are decorated, and the menu is picked. Your hometown teams have prepared, practiced, and are now ready to put their best on display for you. I'm Renata Jenkins-Byler with Roller Funeral Homes. When you choose the Roller Funeral Home in your hometown, you can be assured, like your team, we will be ready to put our best on display for you. Roller Funeral Homes is a proud supporter of Arkansas High School athletics.
When a patient rings the bell after completing cancer treatment, we celebrate one more step toward healing. And with the new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Center, we celebrate the trusted choice in cancer care. The two greatest healthcare forces in Arkansas have come together to deliver second-to-none treatments with the latest technology, all in celebration of you. Learn more at baptist-healthcancercenter.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Highway 270 Grill in Poen is a proud sponsor of the Buzz High School Game of the Week. At Highway 270 Grill, you'll find fresh food that's cooked and smoked on location. With an ever-evolving menu, they work to make sure they have the newest and most delicious food with the most affordable price. Newly renovated with more seating and upgraded equipment that allows them to serve even better quality food in a timely manner. Check out their daily specials or their steak nights every Friday and Saturday. Family owned and operated, Highway 270 Grill in Poen.
Back in Arkadelphia, as the Badgers, they win it by a final enough score of 49-7 over the Bauxite Miners. They move to 3-2 on the season. Bauxite goes to 2-3 on the year. For Arkadelphia next week, they are at Fountain Lake, and Bauxite has Nashville next week to continue their 2024 campaign. As for us, we are headed to the land of Glen Rose, and we are going to go down there and see what the Beavers are all about, and they will be taking on Jessieville next week, which ought to be a great 3A ball game.
That's right. Yeah, excited to see some more small school action. We did a 2A game in week 1, and I think that this one, just kind of like tonight, this one had 4A several implications, and I think certainly next week, the Glen Rose and Jessieville, that could possibly end up being for the 3A4 conference. So looking forward to that one.
Well, we look forward to hearing from everybody throughout the week as we get ready for that ball game. I want to thank everybody that watched online tonight. Don't forget, if you are ever out and about and you get away from your radio, you can always listen to the Game of the Week on the Buzz app or on social media, Facebook, X, YouTube, and Twitch, as those are all the spots you can listen anywhere you may be across the state of Arkansas. So your final score in this one, Arkadelphia, they win it 49-7 over Bauxite. For Kyle Suthrow and Josh Neighbors, I'm RJ Hawk. Until next week from Glen Rose, you've been listening to the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Birch Tree Communities on the Buzz Radio Network. Thanks, Damon.